Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my Wednesday night hangout. As people come online, please, if you want to come join the conversation, you're more than happy and more than welcome to do so. The invite is actually in chat. If you do not see it, let me repost it again in chat. So if you want to come in and join the conversation, just click on that link. Please make sure that you mute your Facebook or YouTube, whichever you have running in the background, before you come in, so you can actually come in and join the conversation. Otherwise, we'll get feedback. So clicking the link. Hey, Matt, how are you? So if you want to come join us, this is just a general casual hangout. Hey, Audrop, how are you? Hey, all, come on in. So if you want to come in and join, click the link. Come join the conversation. So we can figure out talk about what we're all working on and so on. It's just general. Hey, how are you?
Good. I can pop in for 20, 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'm only on for about 2 hours because my son's work is in the swim team.
Yeah.
So I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, or I'm to get him out for his morning training each morning.
Oh, okay.
So fun.
No doubt. No doubt. No, I'm just finishing my day up here and thought I saw you come on. Thought, hey, come on for a little bit anyways.
Yeah, I normally schedule it. I just didn't do it to this week. I've just been so busy.
Yeah.
I've been busy with a lot of stuff going on. So
that's a good thing.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
Oh, just paperwork mostly today. So that's the
worst part.
The least fun part of the business is doing the paperwork, right? So
yeah,
paying the bills and hoping there's enough money coming in to cover the bills. So
I feel your pain.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like. I'm working on that and I've been asked to help out with a Kickstarter. I'm not directly involved in, but I'm helping them with terminology and verbiage and so on that they're using in their projects. So I'm trying to help them get it right.
Oh, that's good.
I do a lot of that actually. I've done it a couple of times.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So company or even a new product release, I'll get product docs or I'll get whatever way they're going to market their advertising, and I look over the verbiage they use.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes make small changes, sometimes make very drastic changes because it doesn't always come across and translate the same way.
Right.
Yeah. Hey Conde. Hey Shane. Hey Matt. Let's see what everyone's saying. So everyone, Michael's saying hey to everyone. What's Matt saying? You're going to be hanging some shells in the kitchen. Oh well, no problem. You know you have to do that honey-do list.
Yep.
We're always anytime you want. I do hangouts every Wednesday, so if you want to come join, you can always come over and hang out. Gary is having. Okay, well, if he does drop in, I'll talk to him about it because Octoprint is easy enough to do. I've done many Octoprints and it's pretty easy to do it to set it up. Okay, so other than that, it's just day-to-day work stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, the Artist D is a beautiful printer.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I watched a few of your videos.
Oh, it's a beautiful printer. I did the unboxing. In a couple of weeks, whenever it gets shipped here, I'm also going to get the Weedo version, the X40 Weedo.
Okay, yeah.
Which is also an IDEX. I have one of those on their way to me as well. I got a shipping number, but it hasn't landed in the States yet.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
So I'm going to do an unboxing and review of that one as well. But I like the Artist D. I mean, there's a few settings you have to dial in. You may have to dial in. They're saying it's fresh out of the box, good. And some people are lucky, but let's see. Matt says she asked about 10 minutes ago, which you could hang on Wednesday. Saturday at work, 1 to 11, Monday through Friday. Well, I do Saturday hangouts sometimes as well, Matt. So make sure you ding the bell, or subscribe or whatever, and then when I go live, you'll get notified. Because I do sometimes do a Saturday afternoon one as well. But
I've got
Dan.
Hey Dan. I got my Kaiwu on its way. It got shipped last week.
Oh, is that any good? I've seen it. It looks nice.
Yeah, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I did the Kickstarter campaign on it. So that one, and I did the Kickstarter on the, what's it called here? Let me see. It's called the Atom Stack Cambrian.
Oh, I've seen that one. I don't know.
That's the one that prints rubber?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks interesting. I wanted to give it a shot. So, just got to grab the phone.
Yeah. So, come on, is it possible to do Astro with a regular digital camera? The answer is yes. You have to, if you want to do just night photography with a camera, you can do it with a long lens, but wide field of view. And if you want to go into doing, if you want to link it to a telescope, you can get what's called a T-ring and a nose piece. So the T-ring goes on where your lens goes on. Take your lens off, you put on the T-ring, and then you screw in a nose piece, and that nose piece goes into where the eyepiece is in your telescope, and you attach it there, and that's what you use for. So you can. Cell phone is only good for objects like the moon. It's not good for deep sky stuff, but you can do lunar shots with a cell phone. Yeah. So come in and join the conversation if you want, Dan. The link is in chat. If you don't see it, let me know. All right, then, Matt. Have fun filling out completing some of your honey-do lists. Take care. What's happening? I have a fixed lens with a zoom. If the lens is fixed, if it's on a tripod, you can do some longer exposures with a fixed lens. The problem with the fixed lens is you can't really adjust its focal length. You can't change the exposure as well. Long exposures are often limited with those fixed lens cameras. So you might get some, and on a tripod it would work to some extent, but you are limiting what you can and can't do. Deep sky with V20 takes some effort. I don't know what a V20 is. It's probably some sort of camera that I don't know. Hey, Llama, come in and join the convo. The link is there if you want it. If you want to join. There's Matt. Hey, Mr. German.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. Hey, BCK. Let's see what else. I just can't go through the IPs. You can do the cell phone through the eyepiece. That's called eyepiece projection. But with a cell phone, you can only do bright objects, like the moon. You wouldn't do really well on deep sky because it doesn't have the sensitivity on the chip in the camera, and the lenses are not really good for focusing very faint light. So, the LG V20. Sorry, I don't know all the cell phones. There's too many of them out there. Tim is muted. Tim was muted because he was on the phone.
I'm not muted anymore.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I just caught up with there's a whole string of conversations came in, so I just got up. I'm lagging.
Yeah.
So.
How's everybody?
White calls I have to answer.
You guys had a good day?
Sorry, what you say?
You guys had a good day? Productive?
Yeah.
Productive? No. Busy? Yes.
Yeah, there's a difference, isn't there?
There's a huge difference. Some days you're very, very busy and you get nothing done, and other days you're not really busy at all, and you'd be surprised how much stuff you get completed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I spend a lot of my time in meetings, and some of them are meetings about meetings that happened that actually are results of other meetings.
Right? Yeah.
So
good to meet.
So they're far from being productive when you're in meeting after meeting. Today wasn't too bad.
Hey, Llama.
What's up?
What's up?
Look, a llama. Llama's got a llama.
Another one. A white one. Another red one.
I off the Omnia pumpkin. The Omnia pumpkin.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot with the RSD. I like some of it. I like the copy mode and the mirror mode is nice. So if you have something that you play something and you turn it into mirror mode, it'll print the opposite.
Mm.
So it's the same object. It's just a mirror copy of it. and that's all firmware driven within the printer. And in the copy mode, you mount one part, and you offset it off to one side, and and then you go into copy mode, and so you upload one STL, but it will automatically create one on the other side. So you mount it on extruder 1, which is the left side of the bed, and it will automatically recreate them on the right side of the bed. So both extruder heads move side by side.
Cool.
Cool.
Is that the noise a llama makes?
Could you try with a lithophane, maybe?
It would do a duplicate lithophane.
Yeah.
It would do a copy. It could do multiple lithophanes side by side on the same bed, easily.
I mean, if you do things like something like this size,
it will fit in the bed.
From what I understand, speaking of lithophanes, from what I understand, it's best to print a lithophane along the y-axis.
Correct, front to back. Yes, because
so basically you're making little movements.
Well, on a bed slinger, right? The thing about a bed slinger is the momentum. If it's flat, as it moves, and especially if it's a big lithophane, there's two things happening. First of all, you have you have inertia. Yeah. To do this.
Oh, okay.
And then you have air resistance adding to it to increase the wobble. Faster your motion is.
Okay, so if it's on your bed,
going through it.
So if it's on your bed, like that again. Your bed's moving like this.
Bizarre to the camera.
Yeah. So I've never had a successful lithophane. They've always been crap, but I haven't tried one along the y-axis. I'm going to try that. And
then that helps. And then with the X, then all the X is doing is the Y does most of the work, and the X moves over and back. The X doesn't do this much unless it's doing infill.
Right.
Most lithophane are really narrow, so you don't do an awful lot of infill, but you do you do a fair bit. But it's not extreme. So it does the outer lines first on the Y with a slight movement of it.
And I would imagine the light passes through easier because the filament is going the same direction as the light. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I don't think it makes much of a difference because your layer lines, either way, on your Y, your layer lines are going to be this way.
Yeah.
On the X, the layer lines are going to be the same direction. So it won't make a difference which way it's faced because it's either going to be completed by the X axis doing this or the Y axis doing this on the head.
I see.
They'll be laid the same way.
But the infill.
The infill, well, see, the infill, the whole purpose of the infill is to stop light getting through.
Yeah.
Because the more infill you have darker areas in the image. And the less infill is brighter. So the infill is there too. Yeah, Matt has loads of samples. So show him one of your samples, Matt. Avoiding the ones you have done.
When I do it, I don't do any infill at all. I do.
Oh, okay.
It depends on the one. Yeah, it depends on how bright the image you want.
That's cool.
Look at that one at the Coca-Cola.
Well, that's pretty incredible.
Let me put it over here and make him full screen.
No, so but instead of using infill, don't use infill. Just make your shell count really high, so it's always doing a shell. So there's no zigzaggies in there. It's always a loop pattern.
Yeah,
and you get a much smoother lithophane.
So you're almost doing a vase mode like on this particular one, but you have a shell count that's varying.
Yeah, and by increasing the shells, then you don't have the zigzag motion. It actually follows the walls and just adds many layers of wall.
That's interesting. Oh, look at those.
He's doing a whole boatload of Coke cans.
And then actually trying to make an American six-pack, you know?
Oh, I see.
And then don't do a lithophane in transparent filament.
Then you should be doing that. You should be doing Sam Adams, not Coke.
Let me see what he does. I have a motorized EQ mode and I have some decent Andromeda exposures using the V20. 13 second duration. Yeah, well,
it also looks pretty good in red. Hold on, let me switch it over to red. 13 seconds is very short. Oh, sorry, I'm all curmudgeon talking about astronomy. 13 seconds is a very short exposure for a
oh, that's nice.
That looks really good with the red.
It looks cool.
That's nice, Matt.
So
thank you.
It's a very short exposure for Andromeda because it's such a faint object. Andromeda needs, with a good EQ mount, with good tracking, or even without tracking,
as long as it's well aligned, you need to get 8 or 10 minutes of exposure and multiples of that for Andromeda.
Is that light above your head a lithophane, Matt?
Yes.
The one in the roof, yeah.
I figured it was. Okay, very cool.
Yeah, I'm going kind of mad in my house with lithophanes. So.
every light's a
girlfriend. I mean, she kind of would look at me, you're just producing a little bit too much lithophane. Change your habit, you know?
I did that
That's
when I
what
first
I can imagine, you know?
figuring it out. I printed lithophanes for like a month straight when I first figured it out and got it tuned in so they were coming out good.
Yeah, but there's so many different ways you can do a lithophane, you know? I mean, there are hundreds of different combinations.
1 second, Old Curmudgeon. Yeah, let me answer Old Curmudgeon's. He said he could do with a DC, with the DC. You can do it with a stepper drive, with a DC drive, but you need perfect alignment or to do really long exposures. Like I have a Losmendi G11 G2. Right, and that's a $3,500 mount, and to do exposure, I can do 15-minute exposures without guiding once I have it properly aligned. And to align it, I have a pole master, which I use to get my perfect alignment. That's how I get my alignment perfect every time. Sorry, we're going over and back between lithophanes and astrophotography.
and Matt, do you use lithophane maker? Is that how you make them?
I use Luban now.
Which one?
Luban.
I haven't heard of that.
Luban, it is really rather available. Check it out. I can send you a link if you want. And,
post it in the conversation.
You get it for free.
Post it in the conversation in private chat, man.
Yeah.
And then I'll share and chat to everybody.
All right. Let me find it.
Oh, I understand that. Old Curmudgeon.
I'm stuck.
Sorry, what did you say, Lama?
Huh?
What did you say?
Said I'm stuffed. I ate a good dinner. I made a good dinner. Pineapple teriyaki pork loin. And it
that sounds good.
Tasty.
With rice?
No, potatoes, but.
Oh, okay, nice.
I I soaked it in the teriyaki and the pineapple juice all day and then cooked it in it and sauteed the pineapples before I put it in the oven and threw them in there with it. It was just freaking awesome.
I'm going to the
pineapple pizza.
No, pineapple on pizza is sacrilege.
Yeah, it's just wrong.
There are laws against pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry.
No.
There are laws against
Hawaiian pizza is one of the best.
Nope.
I thought we were friends until now.
The minute you say Hawaiians like Spam, I have no freaking way of like saying they know how to eat anything because Spam is disgusting.
Oh, well, as long as they don't put Spam on pizza.
Old Curmudgeon, my Twitter is @Astro Printer. That's it.
A real Hawaiian pizza is not ham; it's Spam. It's Spam and pineapple.
Oh, in Hawaii, but in Canada here, it's ham and pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people replace the Spam with ham because Spam is nasty.
Yeah. No, Spam.
My mother loves it. I had Spam last night for dinner because she loves it. I can't stand it.
My son likes Spam with some whipped eggs and pepper, and then coat the Spam in it and fry it.
That's the only way I'll eat it is breaded.
That's just egg and pepper, no bread.
Yeah, well, he flours it.
No flour. No flour, just eggs and breadcrumbs. Eggs and pepper. My son likes that for breakfast.
I would put like breadcrumbs and flour and some herbs and whatever on it just to hide it. The one thing about Spam I will say I do like is I like the smell of it cooking. It's very similar to like bacon.
Is it really? Ooh.
Oh yeah. When you
I don't even know what's in Spam. Is Spam a mixture of everything?
Spam is the crap on the butcher's floor and he scrapes it up at the end of the day, cleans it up, and then fucking presses it into a patty. I am not kidding you. That's literally what it is.
Oh, gross.
If you look at the ingredients, it's got everything in it, including bone and hoofs.
Oh, sounds like a hot dog.
That's why I don't eat either.
Yeah. And then they.
Haven't you
I'll send it to you in
heard
the private
the
chat,
joke about
Liam.
spam?
Oh, okay.
Haven't you heard the joke about spam lately that's been going around again?
No.
COVID. In 1946, spam made their first batch.
Hey, Dan.
And with COVID and everybody eating it, they're thinking about making their second.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
You sent it to me on Facebook, Matt, did you?
Yes. Because I couldn't post it on, I don't know why, on YouTube. It doesn't let me do it over my phone. So once I'm logged in with my iPad, it doesn't let me go in with my phone. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I have to check it out.
I'll paste it into chat. This is what Matt says he uses to create these little things.
Lubin3D.com.
It's not free software. You get a few days trial with it.
30 days, I think.
Mm.
For 70 quid for a year, or 340 quid unlimited license. I think. I'm not sure about the last price, but
Quid in British pounds.
yeah.
Oh, guys out there, remember, click like, subscribe, thumbs up, ding that bell, whatever video you're on. Right? Those thumbs up make a difference on the channel. Right? See that? Thumbs up. See? Makes a difference. Actually, it does. It actually all plays into the more people that give your channel thumbs up, YouTube prioritize your channel and actually shows it up more often in search results.
$70 a year? That's just insane.
Well, if you're doing like Matt and you're doing nonstop lithophane, it makes sense.
If it's a business.
Lithophane Maker does it just as, it does everything now. There's that other one too. What the hell's the other one? It's got all kinds of settings. And
let's see.
You can do multicolor lithophanes with the other one.
Yeah, but with Lubin, there's so many different other things you can do. You can do tattoos, balloons.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Yeah, so can Lithomaker.
Lithophane, curved lithophane, rounded lithophane.
Rounds and half rounds.
Yeah. Hey, curmudgeon, I'm looking at your image that you sent to me on Twitter. That's not a bad start to. Let me come over here. Let me put it into a different screen. It'll be easier that way. One second. Let me cancel some stuff.
It's not Lithophane Maker. There's another one where you can put a pattern on. You just put the image into the app, and then you make it small, and it'll pattern it all over. Whatever you import, whatever model you want, and then it lithophanes the whole pattern, the whole model.
Yeah.
There, that's your image, old curmudgeon. That's not bad for Andromeda. You need to have lots and lots of images to stack them out software-wise. But if you look at the image, you have some star trailing. The stars are not dots, and that's okay because it's not on a tripod. But that's not bad for a cell phone.
It's off a cell phone?
Yeah.
That's pretty darn good off a freaking cell phone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I agree. I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do all kinds of different things other than lithophanes as well.
I actually contacted today the Coca-Cola company, and I sent a few pictures of my lithophane. And I'm hoping that I maybe get sponsored by Coca-Cola for the 3D printing project.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So,
great idea.
Because my thoughts were I can make maybe with one of the designers a Coke can with maybe models of the statue or whatever comes to mind at that time, and I have to discuss it with the other two, guys who are watching right now. Ian, sorry.
It's
I
pretty
always
cool.
forget your name. But anyway, once I have it ironed out all the details, then hopefully we can do some type of template, and I can create one of those.
Actually, you could actually get them to, if they're doing events and they have a light in the middle of tables for events that they're doing, you could mass produce them for Coca-Cola, and they could actually use them for events like that, and then for that.
Do a big one.
Yeah, I still have to fine tune it. So
yeah,
it's not perfect.
Well, what you could do is you could try and do one with the bottom opened up, so just with a hole. With a hole in it for the lamp to go, for the light to go in there.
Yeah, actually, it works also with just like that. It works too fine. So my thinking is if I want to do a hole, I always can cut this piece out.
Yeah, or you could do that in your slicing software, or in your in some CAD software, just like Tinkercad. You could take the hole out of it in Tinkercad.
Bowling out a hole.
I didn't think of it yet.
Or you print it and just have almost like little cut tabs where you could just snip it out.
Yeah, you could do that as well. Yeah, you could add cut tabs on there. So there's lots of ways of doing it, but that way then you could probably make it so the light actually sits inside in it, and so you could use that kind of stuff as well as part of one of the. They'd like that kind of stuff for events, and maybe a big version of it, maybe a larger version on tables or for the main table or whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, I first have to discuss the details with Kieran, and I keep forgetting his name.
Daniel.
I kind of feel embarrassed.
Daniel.
Sorry, Daniel.
He's here right now.
I'm just stuck with names.
Daniel,
I know.
He's forgetting you.
I'm not forgetting you. You're in my mind, but just the name. I have so many names in my head, and it is like it takes me like 2-3 weeks, sometimes a month to.
I'm worse than you.
Myself
I'm really bad with names. I'm worse than you at names. I'm so bad. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story then to prove it. Right?
Okay.
Way back when I was young and still living in Ireland, I was dating this girl, and for the first 3 months I was dating her, I couldn't remember her name. I just kept her saying hi. I never called her by her name for the first 3 months.
Hey, babe.
And
how you doing, darling?
It's not like it was a difficult name. It was a very simple name, and I couldn't remember.
Sounds like a Seinfeld episode. I don't know if you ever watched that.
No.
When he forgot
Could
his
happen
name.
to me.
Yeah, I've seen some, but not many.
He forgot the girl he was dating. He forgot her name. All he knew is that it rhymed with a female body part.
I'm sorry, David.
I am atrocious. What you do, I'll remember. I remember what you do and stuff like that. But names, and it's because of the way our minds work. The way our minds work, we associate someone's abilities, and we higher prioritize that than their name, because their abilities is something we should know, because we could use that knowledge at some other time, or they might be able to help us with something. So genetically, we're designed to remember someone's function rather than their actual name.
Right.
So it's genetic.
I'm terrible. I know on-screen names. I don't know Lama's real name. I don't know Old Curmudgeon's real name, but some people do. But it's irrelevant in a sense.
I know some. I don't know everybody's. It's hard to keep up because people change around a lot. People pop in and out of streams.
Yeah.
So I only know Matt's because his name's always on screen, and I've been chatting with him on Facebook a lot. And I know Daniel, and I know Kieran because his name is up there. So he's got his name up now for you. Look, Tom.
Tom.
So now his name is up to free.
There we go.
That's normally what I use.
Tom or Thomas?
Either or.
Okay, because the H is a short form for Thomas. Yeah.
It's just my real name's Darren.
Now you're really confusing me.
I grew up in Bewitched days.
Oh, okay. Darren.
My middle name's Tom.
Oh, I see.
I was
Okay.
about 9 years old out in recess in third, fourth grade or whatever. Some kid called me Darewood for the last time. And I punched him in the nose and broke his nose and got expelled for 5 days. So when I came back, I changed my name. And I went so far as to change my social security number and everything. My legal name is D. Thomas.
Okay. Wow.
9 years old, it was a big deal. Someone now I can give a crap. But back then it was,
Here's
called one too many times and it broke his nose.
My name is. Hi, hello.
The funny thing is, I grew up with him. I still know him. I still see him on occasion, the same kid.
Yeah.
And within like 2 or 3 years later, he was like 6 foot. He was like 6 foot, 190, 200 pounds, teenager, plays football. And I'm going, I broke his nose. And he goes,
oh, no, we should change it to something better.
Broke his nose. I beat the shit out of that guy. He's a lot smaller then.
That's more accurate, isn't it?
Where is it?
Slim Shady.
I didn't know you were that rapper. Can you rap something for us?
Nope.
Oh.
We're all waiting, suspenseful, and nope. He's from this area where I live.
Who is?
Eminem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's from this area.
Yeah, I like M&Ms. That tastes pretty good, especially the peanut one.
Yeah, he lives maybe 20 or 30 miles from me. Maybe 30 miles from me.
Oh, that's not what I want that.
Oh, you're basically friends then.
No. No. But
we're hanging out with them.
Yeah, he's in this area. There's a lot of the big music guys there's a lot of them in this area.
Cool.
The D has got his name. It was a big music area, so the Detroit area was a big music area. Still is today. So it's
Detroit,
yeah. That and cars, music and cars.
I mean, it used to be Motown up there too, really, in the 60s.
Yep. Motown, yep. Motown Records.
I mean, I kind of like Motown, some of the music.
My weather has been. You think yours is bad? Mine has been bad for the last 3 months.
Oh, has it?
I rarely. It's between cloudy. I've got 3 options: cloudy, or cloudy. But see, when people are buying equipment, telescope equipment this time of year, and we have a thing we call it the astronomer's curse. When you buy equipment, based on the expense of the equipment, you get cloudy weather. So the more expensive it is, the more cloudy weather you get, right? And the only way to solve the astronomer's curse is either to throw the astronomer or the equipment into a live volcano. And we hate to waste good equipment, so we're always offering to throw good astronomers in there.
Now there was some major astrological event. It was the that star. What was that?
They call it the Christmas star. It's actually, and it was Venus and Jupiter side by side in the sky.
We missed it up here.
It's not as bright enough to be seen during the day. So come on.
No. It was it was a crappy weather during that. That's when we had a little bit of our snow. But we've had a really good winter so far. Like we're supposed to be a lot colder than we have been this time of year. So
we were 16 degrees this morning.
Were you? You're in the Fahrenheit scale.
Yes.
Yeah.
We literally hit the cold. We've been like 15, 20 degrees warm all the way up until this morning, and it's 22 degrees out right now.
We had 16 this morning, and tomorrow's going to be 43.
Yeah.
We're just the opposite.
Huge
We've
swings of
been
weather. See, the end of January and February is when our winter really kicks in. That's when it gets really cold here.
We've been in the 40s. We're normally in the mid upper 30s during the day here. We've been in the upper 40s, low 50s since Thanksgiving almost every day. We got a little bit of snow for a week, and then it went away, and it's been 45, 50 degrees every day.
Yeah.
And they're talking 20s for the next week straight, tops. It's dropping tonight. It was 45 degrees this morning when I got up, and it's 28 now, and it's supposed to plummet overnight.
It's supposed to be nice here. Yeah, BCK. Yeah, I do stuff with local colleges as well, and we do a lot of astronomy stuff.
Romeo, we're out there, Romeo.
And we plan events around the weather because of that.
So you want to hear something really weird?
Go on. Other than you.
Well, do with me.
Touche.
So,
BS Tech.
I had
I'm with you.
I had the Hemera on this printer forever, which you have to, computer feed it. You can't manual feed it. There is no manual feed. When you take filament in and out, you have to do it by the drivers. So I never noticed this. Well, I put the Omnia drop on it today, got it all wired up. It wouldn't let me manual feed, which normally says, you got like your 2 pair backwards, they're like this instead of in line the way they're supposed to be. I'm flipping wires. I cut them and made each wire an individual pin so I could do this, and I'm switching back and forth, and it just would not let me manual feed. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to try it. I start, I've been playing with it. Extrudes fine, runs fine. Would not shut off. The minute I powered it up, this driver went into lockdown.
Oh, wow.
It was like it was always in hold mode. I switched out the driver and it's fine.
Oh,
but why would it go into like hold mode?
Bad stepper driver.
Yeah, but if it was a bad stepper driver, it wouldn't work. I mean,
no. They can play up and incrementally, and then all of a sudden just stop.
Still doesn't make any sense to me. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I can see it. That's what I was just doing. Was I got a macro thing on here? I was taking close-ups. There's nothing burnt. There's no. I don't know. It's just weird.
Where where I am on a clear night, on a clear fall night, I can just about make out where Andromeda is naked eye.
Yeah, we got way too much light pollution out here for that.
Yeah, Michigan skies are amazing for that.
Sometimes it depends on where you are.
I didn't solder any bridges. I didn't do nothing to it. I took it out of the frickin' package and I stuck it in the board.
Yeah, at my home, I can just about make it out naked eye. 30 minutes drive from me, I can easily see it naked eye, and I'm not far from light pollution skies. And if I push it, if I do an hour and a half drive, I can get really good skies. But I don't get pristine. There's no, unless you go to the UP, there's no pristine skies here.
Yeah, and that's where I was talking. It's like Upper Michigan. Like it gets so dark up there. It's insane.
Oh, you're in a 5.
I can't believe there's no layer line or anything.
I'm a little darker than that. I think I have to check. I have a sky quality reader. I can just measure the quality of the sky myself. So I get 19.6 on the sky quality meter. It's not bad. I have a little device that you actually hold up to the night sky and you push a button, and it gives you a reading and tells you how dark the sky is. How much it tells you the light pollution, how clear the sky, how good the skies are.
Cool.
It's a handheld device you just carry around in your pocket, but I take readings everywhere I go. I help out with I do some readings for the Dark Sky Association, the International Dark Sky Association. There's parks in this area because I do stuff with NASA. I go out to these parks and I take readings for them to help them with their applications for dark sky certifications.
Cool.
I'm watching Shane frickin' play with his glue gun, and the glue stick is like the tip of it's really close to the camera, so it looks like a massive like baseball bat. That glue stick is like, wow, dude, that's a big ass chunk of glue stick, man.
3D streaming. Pooh.
Oh, Dominic's in the middle of the city, apparently.
I'm not
an Uber. I'm in Wixom, so if you're in the proving grounds, you probably pass by my area on a regular basis because you're just west of me, where you work.
I don't want rum and coke, and I don't have any coke. I'm really upset about that. I could just do a shot.
See, tell me another hangout group where you can talk about astrophotography, physics, and 3D printing all in one go.
I agree.
It keeps it interesting. Like if you're only done it for one thing all the time, it kind of gets boring.
All that rocket science stuff is way over my head.
Me too.
It's rocket science.
Yeah,
I get some of it.
It is rocket science.
But rocket science is not that hard, right? It's all about speed and so on, right? The fact you move so fast that you're always falling, right? When you're in orbit, you're always falling. It's just that you're moving so fast, you keep missing the planet.
Right.
That's all it is. So
the
reason why we launched to the east and never to the west, the Earth is spinning west to east. So when we launch, we're already moving at 1,000 miles per hour. So it gives us the first assist to take off.
Right. I watched that movie, The Martian, recently, where they had to pick up Matt Damon off of Mars, and they had to catch him in orbit or something. And it took like a room full of mathematicians weeks to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't take.
That's a good movie. I like that movie. There's a lot of like bad facts in it, but I don't care. It's just
some of the science is not right. Okay.
Well, there's some
of the science in there is not accurate. Like the storm. Well, no, I don't want to do a spoiler. Who has not seen the movie?
I've read the book, so does that count?
That counts as well. Okay.
All right.
So. Spoiler alert! That's right, Dan. Spoiler alert.
That Damon
I'll get up on the screen while I talk.
Awesome.
So there's a storm at the beginning, near the beginning, and on Mars you can never have a storm like that.
Why?
Air pressure is too low.
Yeah.
The air pressure is only. All curmudgeon, stick your fingers in your ears. So the air pressure. Storms are created by air pressure, and you need to have enough air pressure. Even though you can have winds of high speed, if the air pressure is there, you don't feel it. So a 60-mile-an-hour wind, which creates a global dust storm, can create global dust storms on Mars, like there was 2 years ago when we had our close approach to Mars. If you hold your hand out an arm's length ahead of you and blow at your hand really hard, the air you feel. That's what a 60-mile-an-hour wind is like on Mars.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the global dust storm is tiny particles being lifted into the air because the air is constantly moving. But
Stop ruining the damn movie. Shut up. It was a good movie.
It was good.
No, I'm saying the movie is good. And a lot of some of the science in it is good.
Movie.
But it's not all,
there's all kinds of bad facts in it. But
that's the biggest thing on it. That it was actually wrong. There's a couple of the other physics stuff that were not perfect, but that storyline was good.
You've ruined it for me now. I don't want to go to Mars now.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I really don't either. Until they make a big old oxygen bubble that's not contained by some little thin layer of mylar that'll get popped by a fucking mosquito.
It won't
I'm
be.
not going there neither.
It will not. It will not be, because what they're going to do is the plan right now. And the plan that Elon Musk has is to launch his ships, his new Starship Heavies, and they're made out of steel, right? It's a special type of stainless steel. You can't hear us?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, So, and the plan is that the first couple of ships that go there, because Elon Musk's view is to colonize Mars, right? So the plan is to make the ship can carry people to Mars. He's going to land it, and he's going to use it as a building and start with that. So now you're in a steel container, and multiple of these can be joined together. And the plan is to bring multiple of them up there, and eventually the plan would be, rather than building on the surface, is to build on the ground, because that way then you're protected from meteorites. Because the reason why our houses don't get pelted with meteorites on a regular basis, sometimes they do, but not very often, right? They're minuscule or microscopic most of the time. But what does get through is tiny. But on Mars, that's not the case, because it doesn't have the atmosphere thick enough to create enough friction to make it sublimate, to make it burn itself up into cinder, right? So some of it will reach the surface.
So I can imagine
radiation, because there's less atmosphere there too. So by going underground, it protects you from all of that.
Yeah.
My attitude toward Mars, just like space, would be a great place to visit. Wouldn't want to live there.
How long would it take to get to Mars? Like in
8
the movie,
months.
it was 2 years.
6 to 8 months.
Oh, okay. That's a long time to be on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have a
Nappy
girlfriend.
time.
Then you're going to live there. Then you're going to live on it when it lands.
Yeah, no, that's no.
Yeah.
No.
So every
I like my room and all, but no.
every roughly 2 years, Mars and Earth, because it takes Mars almost twice as long to go around the sun as it does for Earth, right? So every 2 years we come in close approximation. By close, I mean relatively close, right? And so what we do is, before we get to that, a ship would launch from Earth, head to where Mars will be in 8 months' time, and so we're moving out toward it, and Mars is orbiting.
Oh, I see.
And we catch up, and actually we link. So it's not a straight line; it's always a curve.
So if you miss that curve by
They
half
don't
an
miss.
hour, are you hooped?
No, not half an hour, because you can correct it on.
They always shoot it out like a day in front of, and you back curve.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You slow yourself down to go into orbit. Yeah. Now there's two other ways. There's either that, or the other way is to try and catch up with it. The problem is it's moving pretty fast, so you need a lot of speed to get out there. So you have to do a lot of slingshots to get faster and faster to get out there.
But they would have to constantly bring oxygen to Mars, would they not?
They can. There's water on Mars. They can extract oxygen out of the water that's there, out of the water ice.
Okay. Interesting.
There actually is oxygen on Mars, from what I understand. It's just not very
It's in
much.
the soil. So Mars is called a red planet. Do you know why?
Because the soil's all red.
Oxidizing.
Do you know why it's red?
I'm with you.
Rust.
Because it's red.
Iron oxide.
Oh, okay.
It's rust.
Oh, okay.
So that's why there's oxygen there, but it's in the soil, it's in the ground, it's in water.
But you need oxygen to create rust. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So you just
theory,
need to
we
find a
can
way.
actually just take that dust and make metal out
Right.
of it. No, can any type of metal we can make out of it. I know what
We can extract
exactly
iron
the
out of it.
compounds are. Huh? Yeah, iron. Yeah, and then build houses and support structures for underground housing.
Yeah,
The only thing is how you would melt it. Would you use a laser to melt it, or
You could.
How would you actually?
Who's Justin? Hey, Justin. I love your logo. I'm going to change my hat because Justin got a SpaceX hat.
Hey,
So I'm going to put on my SpaceX hat.
SpaceX. There we go. Cool.
They had their thing today. I was watching.
I have loads of NASA ones, but I have SpaceX one was a hard one to get.
No, I was actually
They could use
offered
solar
a job
power.
from me.
They could use solar power, but the problem with solar is where you are with Mars, the amount of energy reaching solar panels out there is less than half what we get here.
How about windmill? Like
There's not enough wind there to move it. There's no air
I
pressure.
know.
There's no air pressure, so there's no windmill.
I guess I better gonna bring some bicycles
Hang on,
and
fam.
some.
Well, no, they're actually
dynamos
talking
and
about
some
using.
pedaling.
They're actually talking about using because they can use they can take hydrogen and oxygen out of the water, and use them as fuels to make as a generator, as well as stuff that you breathe. They can also do it for. They kept it board. Yeah. So they actually did fire today, PCK. They actually did their test fire.
They're supposed to put the wave generators out there next month. I just thought of that.
Sorry,
we're testing wave generators out in the sound here.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, if you get
basically a float and a weight, and as the thing goes up and down, it pulses the whatever in between and creates energy.
Yeah, it's a generator.
Going up and down.
So wave and wind are a big thing now.
Yeah. They're talking about doing all of that out in the middle of the sound between here and Long Island, putting the wind balloons and the wave generators and all that and working them together, because the wind balloons will do the same thing. Not only do they like spin, but they actually go up and down too. So they're thinking they can attach them to the wave generator. So it's spinning and yanking on the wave generator, giving the wave generator even more juice, because the more it expands and contracts, the more energy it makes.
Maybe.
I think we're going to have something like a C14 battery, diamond battery. C14 diamond battery.
I don't know if they're going to do that. No, they're talking about. No, they're not. They might use something like that for. They're not going to use that for energy generation because they're heavy and they're hard to move. If they can, the goal is to make it locally. That way, then you don't have to transport it out there. You actually just use what's already there.
We got a water battery in Bridgeport.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this type of energy source would last 5,000 years, half-time load. I think it's half-time, like 5,000 or 6,000 years. So the battery would last that long.
Yeah, but it's not about that. But it's still, but you still have to charge it, right? And the only way to charge.
No, C14 you don't need to charge because it's charged with nuclear waste, and through the nuclear waste it gets actually.
Oh, so you're talking about
a diamond.
So you're talking about an RTG.
It's basically a diamond, and.
Yeah, they're called it's an RTG, and what an RTG does, it uses radioactive decay to create heat, and that heat is then actually turns a turbine, which generates power. It's an RTG.
No, not with the C14 actually produces a current. Once you put the nuclear material in the diamond and close it in the diamond, it actually produces a volt of 1.2 to 1.5, almost like a battery.
Oh,
the Russians developed one. They developed one in Scotland, and in America, Massachusetts, I believe, they built
That's
one.
probably MIT then.
Then the Russians developed a little square one, and we developed round ones.
So you can't get you can't get a square peg into a round hole then. Still not compatible.
Have you guys seen that the water battery? It's not really a battery, but they did one in Bridgeport. It's actually working really well. Basically, it uses wind and solar and two lakes that they're man-made lakes with a water wheel in between. And during the day, when there's solar and wind being generated, it pumps water up to the upper lake, and they designate half the power generated to move the water. Then at night, when the solar kicks out, they release the dam, and it makes water.
It does hydroelectric, yeah.
So you get 24-hour power out of solar. Basically, it's mostly solar. It's got a couple of windmills too, but it's actually working. They're saying it's feeding like a third of the town.
Dominic, and what you're saying there, you're kind of right, and you're yes and no, because not if they 3D print the metal parts on site. You won't have to wait for the parts. And they're talking about doing that, so.
No.
Yeah.
No, I said RTG, not RPB, not RPG. I know enough.
RPG. Role-playing game.
I got to run, guys. Got to go head to the in-laws for dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun with the outlaws.
Okay, we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, bye.
That's what I need to do. I need to take a shower.
Yeah.
All right, that's a
I was
controller.
wondering
fix.
what smells funny.
What the hell did you
You
build a
gonna
new
take that from
controller?
him?
Or
I'm sorry?
rebuild it?
I'm just kidding, Lama. I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
He's
I
making
don't
Well, I
fun of you.
didn't
know.
hear
Lama. I'm gonna move you up beside him so you can beat him up, Lama. There you go.
What did he say? I didn't even hear him.
You said you need to go
Oh,
shower,
good,
and he
good,
walked
good.
away saying, "Really? Is that what I knew? What something smelled?" He said.
Oh, yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, no big deal.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Don't be sorry, dude. Anybody that knows me knows I can take it and I hand it out just as easily. So
Nice.
Right.
You lay it nice and thick on the way out.
it don't bother me. I'm always. So did you rebuild that, or did you just buy a new one and build it from scratch?
No, I
you didn't replace the toggle. I got you.
yeah, one of the joysticks was bad, so it all works now. So
Got you. That's cool.
there. That's one project done.
Oh,
My
question.
name is Slim Shaney. I just saw that. That's good. I like it.
I should have do an EY, shouldn't I? Let me change it to EY. Because his name is SHAN. Now, there you go.
Slim Shaney.
Slim Shady.
Isn't there a song about Slim Shady?
Slim Shady, it is. The song is Slim Shady by Eminem.
Yeah, I came in with "Hello, my name is," and
And then we jumped on that really fast. But does anyone, like, how many of you have heard of 3D Chameleon?
I have.
I read up on it.
Yeah. I'm talking with Bill tomorrow on my here at 8:00 tomorrow night. It's a cool concept. What's the PCB for?
That is for my DDR pad. It finally came in today.
Oh, nice.
It's 8:00.
Yeah, I'm only going to be here till
I'll
9
watch
because
it.
I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. But
I'm usually up by 5, so.
but the
What time
3D
it would be
Chameleon,
here?
he has done a setup with up to 32 extruders on a single printer.
Why?
This is mad.
Because he can. That's how far he
Because he can. Well, that is a good reason. I like that reason.
Like, why do we do stuff as makers? Because we can, right? Why do we have 5 printers?
That's cool.
Because we can, right?
Like, why is there can't get over the whole switch wire? Everyone's like, oh, the
You know
switch
what
wire.
I want?
Why do we have a switch
Printer.
wire? What's the point? There's no advantage to that machine other than it's cool.
I want to
It is
have
cool.
a printer, but I can stick together like Lego, and I can actually make the bed bigger, and actually, because it gets bigger, I get an extra arm, so the 2 arms then work together on one project, like stick maker. And then if I get a third printer, I stick it together with that one, and make it bigger. And
okay, if you want 2 heads that run independent of each other to print, that's called IDEX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got one.
I'm talking about an arm.
Yeah.
You can do IDEX on an arm. It's just you don't have, the only issue you'll have with an arm is the weight of the head will be out there, so the arm needs to be supported just to take that weight.
Yeah. And it pretty much can only print a donut.
Yeah. So what's happened is the arm is going to be hanging out there and have the weight of that. So you need to be able to support as the head goes to the end. You have to support any sag in that arm. So otherwise, the end of that print is actually going to be off because it's going to be lower. So that's why a lot of those one-arm ones. That's a lot of why those arm printers are Bowden tube printers, because there's less weight on the arm. That's why they go that route. If you do a direct drive, you have the stepper motor weight on that arm. Now you have to compensate for the additional weight, and it becomes a problem. That's why most direct drive machines have 2040 extrusion, not 2020 extrusion, to accommodate the extra weight of the stepper on the head.
Unless, of course, you get a really good extruder like the Omni Drop, and then you don't have to worry about it because the thing's light as hell anyways.
I know, that's what I mean, but that's direct as a Bowden.
It's direct.
Okay. I don't have an Omni Drop, so.
It's got a tiny little pancake motor because it's a
but
planetary
still,
I think that would kind of
geared up.
modular printer.
I love that.
But you can stick together with other printers to work on one project, and you can make it as big as you want, literally.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the new thing now, I don't know if he demonstrated that on a belt, but it would work on a belt. The big thing now is people are trying to do multifunctional printers. So it's a printer, it's a laser engraver, it's got a CNC head. There's good and bad with all of that. Like, I am working on with one company right now that has a single print color, a dual extruder, like a mixing head, and then they also have the CNC and the laser.
You have like a little head what you can take off and put back on.
We pop the head off, we pop on a new one. Right? So it's quick change, 30 seconds quick change over. But the good and there's good and bad in that, right? The good is you have all these functions. The bad is the moment you add CNC to a printer. Well, the moment you add CNC to a printer, you're going to run into the issue of all of the stuff that you're cutting with a CNC head getting on your belts, getting in your rails, getting onto your wheels, and all of those. And those wheels, as they move up and down, and the material digs into it if it does while it's cutting. Now you have a problem that those wheels will have to be replaced more often. Now, there isn't, and it depends on what the wheels are made out of. And if you have linear rails, that becomes less, but then you have the swarf getting into the rails. So there's good and bad in them. It's good for people who want to try a bit of everything. But people who want to get serious into any of them, these are not machines to get serious with. They're good for try it out. I want to try CNC. I want to try laser engraving.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, they're really good for people for people at home who want to try a bit of everything. As long as you make
Dan's going to build a scar printer. Is that what he's saying?
I think he said that. Yeah,
I'd like to see that. I want to see freaking. I don't know. I've seen a couple of them. They're pretty cool, but they only print donuts. So what's the point? Although that would be good. Like they have the belt printer. If you put a scar on a rotating like Lazy Susan and you printed and it went around and had an ejector over here and it could just keep printing and spinning them around, that would be like the belt printer for mass production, not for Infinite Z, like for cosplay and swords.
Yeah,
to mass produce.
Scar has a couple of other issues as well.
Hey Kit.
Hey Kit, how are you? Yeah, the Scar issue have other limitations as well. There's a lot of limitations.
Yeah.
It's
the math is just screwy.
It's great quality print though. It can do really fine detail. It's like a Delta, right? It can do really good print detail.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. The ones I've seen, it was good. It wasn't great. You know what I mean? It was okay. It was acceptable. I can do better with that.
With what? Your one?
Yeah. The ones I saw were not. I mean, they weren't terrible, don't get me wrong, but they were far from high quality. Especially when you're talking about a $20,000 machine,
Yeah, they are expensive.
Did you ever see the old videos from Angus Maker's Muse when he was at the college? For that, like 6 months, he had his office in the college, and he had the big, like 4 foot tall one in the corner.
No, I didn't see those.
It never worked. That one, you never got it to work, but that was like $40,000 or $50,000 scar arm. It wasn't a scar printer; it was just the arm.
Oh,
mechanical arm.
Oh, that's really
It
nice.
could print. It was made to print. It literally could grab a print head and whip it around. But it never worked.
What are you
right.
soldering?
This is the PCB for my DDR pad.
All right.
PCB for
Like a soldering
DDR for the
machine. I wish I had one
XYZ
like
for
that.
the PCB for the XYB and the.
Spend at least 80 quid or something, 100 on that.
hey
soldering
guys,
machine.
while you're out there,
Yeah,
make sure you hit like and subscribe, okay?
No.
Thumbs up, and hit those likes and subscribes, and ding that bell as well. It all helps. Depending whichever social media you're on.
And if you're in Australia, it's a thumbs down because they're on the other side of the world. So a thumbs down there is a thumbs up here.
And this is why we invite Llama.
Because he's so knowledgeable about Australia. And people who live upside down from us.
Very seldom a dull moment, you must admit.
So actually, people in Australia, Llama, are they walking on the ceiling or are they walking on the floor?
Well, it depends.
What point you look at that?
They're walking on my ceiling, their floor. They're on the other side of the world, man. Their thumbs up is my thumbs down. Their thumbs down is my thumbs up.
Okay, I'm gonna avoid extending.
Toilet flush backwards.
Well, yeah, Matt, I would have if you're gonna get something like this, I would avoid the digital version of it because I have to go and look at the manual just to figure out how to adjust the temperatures.
Oh wow,
that's insane.
There's no dial button. What you can There's
an up. There's an up button. Hold on, let me mark this real quick, and I'll show you.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Talking of Australia and all that, it actually wasn't Australia. I think it was Africa.
So it's got an up and an enter, and there's combinations. It's like an old school clock where you have to press button combinations to actually get the temperature to update. So like, I think it's like pressing and holding the up, and then you hit it, and then you hit enter, something like that. It's
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I like to use this line. They put 2 buttons on it to make it idiot proof, but they just what happens when you make stuff idiot proof. You just go build better idiots.
Find something better.
Yeah, they just build better idiots. Is all it is.
Yeah.
You guys ever see the dude that does that water thing? Like your toilet, the way it swirls and each side of the equator. And I think he's in Africa, and down the middle of the street is the equator. Like it's painted on the street, equator, but it's the middle of the street. And he puts like a bucket on one side of the road and a bucket on the other, and has a pump, and they like dump water into the tank. And on one side it's going clockwise, and you walk across the street and it's going counterclockwise. It's like kind of bizarre. You never seen that?
Coriolis.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it's the guy in South America does.
It's called flushing the toilet and it goes the other way. That's the effect I call it. What's the actual name of it? The Carlioso.
I think they made an episode on The Simpsons on that.
Carionis? Yeah, it's something like that. I can never remember.
I think it's that or something similar. I'd have to double check, but
yeah. It's just the way the gravity works on each side according to which pole you're closer to or whatever. But it's bizarre that, you literally can go across the street. He's on one side of the street and it's going clockwise, and he goes the other side of the street, it's going counterclockwise. And it's kind of disturbing to watch, actually. If you're used to watching your water flush in a certain direction, it's really weird to watch it go the other way. It's just something about it.
I don't recognize the Coriolis
effect, yeah.
It's kind of cool, though, when you think about it. The whole gravity and spin of the earth and all that crap. Making your water go around when you flush the toilet.
But a lot of it is actually down to the design of the drain.
Yeah. You orange robot. It's just a big arm. It's basically a Scara. I mean, that's not what it... Actually, I think it is a Scara. Isn't it actually a Scara?
Which?
Like brand name Scara? The one in Maker's Muse?
I haven't seen it.
If you go back, he rented an office in a college for like a year. Not even, I don't think he was there. But it had a robot arm in the room, and they just left it there. They're like, as long as you don't screw with it, we'll leave it there. And they never got it to work. It always sat in the corner.
The real Coriolis effect is actually not based on. It's not real. It's based on the way the jets are set up that come out of the cistern. The water jets, the angle of them, that actually has a greater effect than anything else.
Well, most of those
slight, but it's not enough to cause that. It's actually based on the way the jets are.
There is no. Your holes coming out of your toilet aren't jetted.
They're directional though.
No, they come straight down. Most toilets. Some toilets may be directional.
Yes. Okay.
Your basic everyday American toilet, it goes straight down into it. The swirl is caused when it goes down the drain.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, but it's the Coriolis effect, is what they call it.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, articulating robot. A Scar is an articulating robot.
Yeah.
The Scar is actually a brand name. I believe, isn't it? Yeah, Scar is a brand name, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Ian, I'm gonna say good night. It is late here.
Okay. Yeah, it's midnight for you. It's after midnight.
Yeah, it must be really late there.
1:30 almost in the morning here, and I actually had a nap before I came to your show. So.
Well, I'm going to be around. I'm only going to be on till about 9 o'clock because I have to. I want to get some sleep because I'm up early in the morning.
I like that.
Oh, sleep is overrated. You can sleep when you're dead.
No. Not when you have to be awake when you're driving on icy, snowy roads.
I like that
I'll
name
have a
Kit
good
gave it.
evening.
Defecation technology.
Sorry? Oh, good night, Matt.
I want a Japanese toilet, man, that's got the
Or it sings to you.
Well, not only that, but it's got the what do you call it built into it? The
the heater and the cleaner and
the heater and all that built right into it. The only thing it doesn't do, I don't think, is it doesn't wipe your ass, but it does have an air tunnel. So after it whacks you,
it washes and dries. It washes and dries.
Yeah, you just sit there and I'm surprised it doesn't vacuum it out of you.
Yeah, I've actually used them. I've been to Japan. I've used those.
Have you? They're
yeah,
sweet.
I've been to Japan for work many times.
I imagine it's startling the first time, though.
No, because it was kind of I was kind of expecting it anyway. But
no, you
who said it? It was a. Oh, Mike said it was a fluff.
Rough and buff.
Oh, you're a special type.
3D printing and toilet show.
Why is Matt there? I'm going to kick him out because he's left and he didn't remove himself fully. Bye, Matt. Well, if anyone wants to come in and chat, the link is in chat. If you don't see it, I'm going to repost it again. As I said, I'm only here till 9 o'clock tonight, but if you want to... oh, that's the wrong link. Let me post the right link.
Barbarians.
There we go.
You need to take a shower. It's after 8.
So if you want to come in and join, you can click on that link. It's in chat. But
nope.
So if you want to come in the conversation, Matt is still there.
Not to be rude, but for real, because I was actually looking at one because I can get one right now really cheap. A friend of mine actually used to import them, and he stopped, but he's got a couple laying around. I was thinking about grabbing one and installing it. What did you think about the Japanese toilet? I mean, seriously,
they're great.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with them. When you're out, when you come in, if you're even the public ones that they have in the streets are those are immaculately clean because they clean themselves.
Right.
So the seat itself actually rotates and it actually goes through and sanitizes itself and actually disinfects itself. Right. And
what he's got is just
when you're there in winter and you want to use the public toilets,
they're heated.
They're warm.
Yeah.
You sit down on a warm seat. You're not sitting on something that will actually give you frostbite. Okay, so they're nice. They've overdone the technology on it, but there's nothing wrong with what they've done.
Yeah, I think the first couple of times it squirts up your butt, it would scare the shit out of me. I'd be like, "What the hell is that?"
Well, that's what you wanted to do, right? See what I will say, kid.
Shoots a little freaking baby powder at your butt when
it
it's all
is
right.
French. You are right. It is a French word.
Yeah, they're the ones that actually started that, but the Japanese have like gone crazy with toilets.
Well, they did the same with ramen. Right? Ramen was Chinese, and the Japanese perfected ramen because ramen is actually pulled noodles. They stretch it out and pull it when they're making it, right? And it was a Chinese dish, but the Japanese took it and made it an art form. When you go get to a ramen place in Tokyo, which is where I've been, and a few other places, everything's in the right place. Everything is laid out. It's all about presentation, not only the food, but it's about how it's presented to you as well.
Well, I've always been under the impression
it's not like army slap where you give you a scoop it and go, there it is, have it.
I was always under the impression that of the two countries, Chinese and the Japanese are just kind of like us, and the Japanese are kind of anal, uptight, kind of everything's got to be perfect.
Amanda, yakisoba is different type of noodle. It's not ramen is different, and soba is often served cold, not hot, and the ramen is served hot in the soup. So they are different types of noodles.
A noodle is a noodle is a noodle.
Yeah, they do, but their noodles are good though.
Yeah, well, they're rice noodles instead of wheat, so they're not flour.
Do you see that from Dominic? To get the 3 shells in the right order.
Yeah.
You know the movie that's from?
Yeah, that's from Demolition Man.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favoriteest movies. There's nothing better than toward the end of that movie when he's going in at the end to get freaking the bad guy, and he's got that stupid wand that you like, the shock wand or whatever. And he's like, "Do these things actually work?" And some dude's running out. "Oh my God, there's a killer!" And he whacks him on the head with it, and the guy drops down. He goes like, "It does." It's funny as crap. It's like, "Do these things actually work?" Dong. The guy drops. That is the funniest scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, I think that and all of the that are the mispronunciations by Sandra Bullock of all of the sayings.
Oh, all the ads, yeah.
Yeah, she gets not the ads, but there's other stuff. She gets wrong, and they're funny.
It was just a good movie. It's just stupid and funny.
It's a bad movie, but it's funny because of some of the stupid stuff that goes on.
Yeah, it's a good bad movie.
Yeah, some ramen sounds good. So,
yeah. Just like the first Road Warrior movie, that was actually a bad movie. It was just so bad.
Road Warrior? What's Road Warrior? Which one is that?
Road Warrior? Mad Max? Road Warrior? That's the original Road Warrior movie.
The first one wasn't Road Warrior?
Yeah.
Was it?
The first one, Road Warrior. Right? Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't either now that you say that. I'm pretty sure the first one's Road Warrior. Someone will know. Mad Max is the second one, isn't it? The Thunderdome's the third one, right?
Yeah, that's the one with Tina Turner.
Yeah. And that was terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't. I mean, I watched it. It's okay, but the first two were much better.
Yeah.
Road Warrior was the second. All right. What was the first one? It wasn't just Mad Max.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah. And the first one was just Mad Max. He was like a police enforcer, a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop. He was a highway patrolman, basically. He's a bronze.
But so if anyone wants to come in and join, the link is I posted it in chat, I believe, and if not, I'll just stick it in there one more time. There you go. If anyone wants to come in and join the conversation, we'll be here for about another 40 minutes or so before we wrap up.
And he had the souped-up Pinto station wagon.
Yeah. Total Recall. The old or the new one?
I kind of like them both. I don't know. The new one wasn't terrible. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's terrible. It's not on his." I don't look at them as the same movie. If it was the same movie, I don't want to watch it. I watched the first one. You know what I mean? They do a remake. I don't know. I kind of like the second one. I didn't think it was as good, but it was all right.
The old one, okay.
The new one wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't. At least the CGI was better in the new one.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what made the first one, is the CGI was terrible. Although it was actually pretty good for its time. His head blowing up and everything when his head separated when he was getting checked out. And it like and then he picks it up and all of a sudden it's Arnie under there instead of the ugly woman.
I'm wondering why. No, I'm going to make fun of Shane because he needs to know which way is up. He's got a sign to help him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of the what button goes where sort of thing.
I know. I'm just making fun of you.
Yeah.
Hey, Spring, how are you? Going to come in and join the conversation? The link is in chat if you want to come join. I know you're already in work right now. What time is it? It's 9:30 your time in the morning.
There's a cat head.
But you click on the link, it's in chat if you want to come in. I'll only be here for another 30 minutes or so. Oh,
cat ears.
Space Buggy Kit.
What's up?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Oh.
What the hell are we looking at?
What's a Space Buggy? Explain yourself, man.
Kitty! Meow, 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 meow. Cats
So what's a Space Buggy?
Cool. Oh, he's playing some space game.
Oh, you're playing a game?
Is that the same thing Zolan's always playing? It looks the same.
Yeah, he got me into it, and then he is never on.
I don't know what happened. He hasn't been around. That game looks cool to me for about an hour, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm bored.
I've never been a gamer. Never been my thing. I was always more of the hardware stuff, you know?
I love them for like an hour or two, and then I'm like, yeah, whatever. I
Hey,
get
Nick.
bored easily. Dance, Shane, dance. We want to see your little
come on, Shane,
popping up and down.
Yeah, this is activating two buttons here, so I can't do much with this right now. I'm trying to figure out what
shit off.
What I got flipped around.
You need more of your little foamy pad stuff.
These more down here?
I don't know.
This stuff?
I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know what the frick I'm talking about.
Well, that's no different from any other time, Llama.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not completely true, but
so okay, but games has never been my thing. I've always been, as I said, I'm more of a hardware guy. Always have been, and a networking type of person. That's my background. Even as a kid, I'd rather take computers apart and figure them out and upgrade them than play games on them.
Most of my gaming was done on consoles. I play a few games on PC now, not many.
Well, I know they do that. I know they do. They use gamers to fly the drones as well because they have experience with virtual reality type of setup. But never worked for me. I never had the interest in it. I have friends of mine who are my age who are big Dungeon and Dragon and Call of Duty players and stuff.
It's almost like that stupid movie. What the hell is the name of it? Star Pilot or whatever, where the kid's playing a video game and
Endgame.
Tops it off that the Navy or the government comes and grabs him and says, "You're a really good pilot. We want you to pilot our starship."
Oh, was that Endgame? Was it?
No, well, Endgame was similar to that, but no.
There was Ender's Game, but that's a little different.
What the hell was the name of that? I'm pretty sure it was Star Pilot or something.
Some B movie. I think I know what you're talking about.
He lived in the trailer park.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Ready Player One you're thinking of then.
No. This is way older, 80s, maybe 90s at the or newest.
It was Explorer.
Last Starfighter. Yes, I think that's.
Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
That's 80s. Yeah.
Because that's what he is. He's playing a video game like the old console, like I used to do as a kid.
No, he was playing on an arcade machine. Yeah.
That's how they picked him. They got him playing the people who got the highest score.
He's like the only person to ever beat the machine, so that's what the machine was for.
The only person on Earth. That was how the one recruiter got his quota.
Yeah, I liked that movie when I was younger. That was a good movie.
Why do I not remember that one?
That was a young kid that ended up flying a spacecraft because the ship had crashed and it stored its memory in the kid's mind. The computer memory was stored in the kid's mind. So he had all the navigational charts and going for the spaceship to get it.
I remember the name of the movie. I just don't remember the movie. I might have to go back and watch it now.
Yeah.
I've actually started watching The Expanse again. I actually went back a season because I forgot last season. I watched it, but I didn't really pay attention to it.
I haven't finished the new season yet.
I haven't even started watching the new season yet, like I said, because I couldn't remember. I actually started watching it, and it kept referring back to stuff that happened. I'm like, I don't remember that. So I was like, I went back a season to go. The last season, I watched it, but I really didn't. It was one of those that was always on, and I was putzing with something. So I didn't really pay attention. Anyway, I think I'm going to go take a shower and have a cupcake and then go to bed.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, okay. Well,
the problem is the minute I take a shower, I'll wake right up and be wanting to freaking do stuff. Do stuff, yeah.
Break stuff?
The Labyrinth was good. OC, what the hell was OC? The Labyrinth was awesome. I loved the Labyrinth. That was a great movie.
Yeah, I thought Dan was coming in here.
I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to zoom out. If you guys are still on later, maybe I'll pop back in. You're muted there, Liam. You muted yourself, Liam.
Sorry. Yeah, I said I won't be on. I have an early start in the morning, so I'll be here maybe 15, 20 minutes more, if that. But I'm sure somebody else will probably be on at some point.
Oh, yeah, I got to go. We're at 6 a.m. Yay.
I'm up at 4:30.
Old crotch. Anyway, I'm out. See you.
All right, take care.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Dan would come on, so you'd have company because I was looking to get off here.
If you want to jump ship, we can wrap it up early because I said I have a few things to do before I hit the sack tonight anyway.
Alrighty.
All right then. Well, thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, not a problem.
I'm Shaney. This one's TikTok, by the way. All right, man. Take care.
All right. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Good night. Have a good night, everybody.
Kate, it's just you and I.
What are we going to talk about?
I don't know because I'm getting ready to wrap up anyway. I just, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up shortly anyway. So
that's fine.
You're busy playing games.
Yeah, for a little bit, then I'll be going to bed myself.
Yeah.
I got to get up 4:30 in the morning. Yay.
What? Sorry, what time?
4:30 in the morning.
Same for me. Yeah. Yeah. It's swimming practice in the morning, so.
Oh, well, that's better than me. I'm just going to work.
Well, not for me. Like, do I look like a swimmer? Come on, really?
You look more than me, so. Hey, Moses.
Hey, Loyal, how are you? The non-fam. Who else? So, I see you're keeping busy, Loyal, on the oh, Dan is here. Let me bring Dan in for a few minutes.
You guys give me shit, and here I am. I'm hanging out waiting.
Someone has to give you a hard time.
I'm just saying, man, like I was sitting here, I'm getting crap. I'm hearing, where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? I'm sit back here waiting for Liam to let me in. He got busy and got talking and didn't see me hiding.
Well, but you're making the assumption that I didn't keep you out there on purpose.
Well, see, there you go. That's what I thought.
You know, I'd never do that to you.
I knew I was just going to be the punching bag. I knew how it is.
We all take our turns, right?
Oh, yeah.
We all get crap sometime, you know. We just have to take the punches, roll with them, and then hopefully it rolls onto somebody else next time around.
Exactly. Right now, I'm just in the process of trying to reflash one of the Wise cams back to a webcam, because as much as I like having them as Wise cams, I think I want them more as webcams to connect to my Octoprint instances so that I can actually have it be a part of it. I know it's silly, but it's what I want to do. So
yeah. So, Loyal, I see you're being really busy with lots of printing recently.
Yep.
His Twitter is blowing up. That and him getting mesmerized watching his tires spin in the snow.
Yes. I don't know. Sorry. I'm having a moment where I started talking and didn't know what the hell I was going to say. So my brain started going before my mouth knew where I was at, and it didn't work out very well. Or maybe I meant to reverse that too. I don't even know.
The mouth kicked in before the brain was in gear. Yeah, we all have those days.
There we go. I got a new fan or a new heater I put in here. It's like one of the little heated fans. It's better than the one that's sitting right there.
Yeah, but it costs 10 times more to run.
Well, no. The thing is like that other one's like an older one, and it just would run and never get warm in here. This little thing, it'll run. It's got a thermostat on it. So once it hits like 60, whatever the heck I got it set to, like right now I set to 67, it'll actually shut off. And then when the temp drops, it'll kick back on. So it's not so bad.
Yeah. Anytime you want to, if I get a clear night and when I'm going to do a stream, I'll set up my telescope with a camera on it and I'll stream it for everybody. But the weather's just not good.
Yeah.
I've got this time of year, I got 3 options for weather. I have clouds, or I also have the option of clouds, right? So I have photos on my phone. I'll have to pull them up and have them up for the next time. Because I have different setups for different things. I'd love to. I can't do super chat. I need to have 1,000 followers, and I don't have 1,000 followers. I can't get the super chat.
He says check your PayPal. So go check your PayPal.
Oh, thank you so much, Moses. I'll go check it. But yeah, I'm getting there fast though. My YouTube, I'm closing 300 now. So I'm getting there. I'm building up fast.
Okay, I know how to get you. I know how to get you from 250 to 600 real quick. You just got to do a giveaway.
Yeah, like you just. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll probably aim to do one for the 500 mark if I get there, and or when I get there. Sorry, and so when I get there, it's I'll do a giveaway for that. But I need to reach out to a few companies. I have friends in many companies, so one way to find how good your friends are, isn't it? So I reach out to a few of them and see if I can get some giveaways.
No, I'll just being a wise guy, because when I was at about 200, I said when I hit 250, I'll do a giveaway. And the next thing I know, I'm doing a giveaway and I'm at 600 people. So
yeah,
now I'm back under 600 again. Yesterday I was at 600, and then this morning I looked, I'm at like 596. I'm like,
it's like the tide; it comes and goes.
yeah. I gain 3 or 4, I lose 5 or 6. I gain 2 or 3, and then I lose like 5, and I just keep hovering around that 600 mark. You know, I'll pop over it and then drop. So it's all right.
Well, but see, for me, it's not about numbers. The numbers are nice, but for me, it's not about the numbers. It's about giving people something they need, right?
Yeah.
These hangouts are great because we share ideas. That's why I like the hangouts. And then when I do my Thursday night chat, which is when I do the interviews, I'm often introducing stuff that most people do not know. Like, okay, everyone's heard of Creality. I've never interviewed Creality.
Yeah.
I did JG Maker, which wasn't a very popular 3D printer supplier here in the States, right? And they've gotten popular because of their Artist D, their IDEX printer. It's gained a lot of momentum. And then I did Maker Pi. They're coming out with a new. They have a new printer out, and they have another one on the way. I did Sobol, and they announced that they have new printers coming for next year. So the nice thing about it is I'm trying to introduce people to these companies that most people haven't heard of. Like 3D Chameleon that I'm doing tomorrow night. Most people have never heard of 3D Chameleon. You know what it is, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Y splitter. The motors.
Well, it's even more than that. He can run up to 32 extruders on a single printer.
Yeah. Based on button pushes and whatnot, it's got a button to tap between, and then it's also got a process it does where not only does it just extract or pull the filament back, but it's got a pattern or a process it goes through to shape the tip, so that when one filament comes out, it'll do a shaping process, pull it back, then the next one will come down.
So
it'll shape and then flip. That way it keeps a cone to keep the filament moving.
Yeah.
I know Loyal knows who that is, because if I remember correctly,
Doesn't have the MM2 effect.
Oh, Loyal has some of those?
I believe, if I remember correctly, he was on something. Loyal saw those, liked them, and then decided to buy, I believe he said 2 units. So I think Loyal has 2 of them.
Cool.
I could be wrong. Don't think I'm correct in this. I could be wrong, but I believe he did buy 2.
Some people, like, I know you're not. Old Curmudgeon, you're not the only person that said that, but I've heard mixed feedback on it. And what do you think of them, Loyal? Do they work great? Do you run into any issues with them? Because he's going to be on my channel tomorrow night at 8:00 Eastern. I'm actually interviewing Bill about that project. Dan is never wrong, ever. Now, let's call his wife in and let's answer that question, okay? Let's ask Dan's wife, is Dan ever wrong? Shall we?
Ask my wife. That's always a good one.
But so it'll be fun for people to get exposed to new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't installed them yet. Okay. Well, how many people here have heard of Maker Pi? Not many.
No, it's not. Sorry.
Right? That's why I like to do these smaller companies that are not very popular. It's first of all, it's easier to get to them, and it gives them exposure to people to people in the community who have never heard of them. So, so I like that side of things. Like IC3D, they were a really good interview, and we got to tour their facility, so that was nice. See, enable driver, it'll be fine. I think they've actually changed that process of how they do that nowadays. I don't think it's just like a power shut off and power up. I think they've changed how they do it. But we'll find out tomorrow night when Bill comes on and he's going to talk about it. But that's what I think. That's what I like to do. I like that kind of stuff, and I like trying to do helpful videos as well. Like the unboxing of last week, people like that. That was very popular.
Yeah.
And I have more of them coming.
Nice.
Waiting on the stuff to come in. I have one that it's on a slow boat from China, literally. It's a 4 to 6 weeks crossing, and then it has to be shipped. Then once it gets into UPS's hands, they have to get in through customs. It will arrive at my door about a week later after that. I have the Wido X40 on its way, which is the other IDEX that was released around the same time as the JG Maker one. So let's see with Clipper.
Cool.
I can yeah, you can. You can do that with Marlin too, can't you? You can disable the extruder in Marlin. I thought you could. Sure. If you're running into problems with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's a way to, but I don't off the top of my head now. Yes, Kit, Loyal needs another channel to subscribe to. So
I don't have any videos yet.
You don't have to have videos for him to subscribe.
Well,
I believe I'm subscribed to your channel too, and I don't think you have anything on it.
Probably.
I didn't know Kit has a channel, so
every YouTuber's a channel, technically.
Yeah, is it a gamer channel or is it printing?
No, it's
technically,
still
if you have a
up in the air.
Gmail account, you have a YouTube account. It's just whether you've activated it or not. Loyal, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to get to a channel that has super chats for you so that you can come and, use your super chats. I know it's your addiction, man. Super chats are like your addiction.
Well,
nothing set up like that yet.
Loyal.
I thought about it, but just haven't done it.
I wish I could pay YouTube to let me, or not really pay them, but convince YouTube to let me get super chats. You know what I mean? Like I have a constant flow of subscribers. So I wish there was a way I could just email YouTube and say, look, I know it's supposed to be 1,000, but look at my watch hours. I got the watch hours. Just give me the super chats. That's all. And then this way Loyal can be happy. And that's the excuse I'll use. I'll be like, Loyal needs to be happy. We're depriving him of happiness. We need to give him happiness. Let us have super chats on our channels. If Loyal is subscribed to our channel, we should have super chats.
It should be a default. As soon as Loyal subscribes, super chats become available.
It just turns it on automatically. YouTube just has it set to every time Loyal subscribes to a channel, super chats. I'd go start 80 channels and have one subscriber. They'd all be Loyal. And I would make one video and it'd be like, this channel's for Loyal because he's awesome. And then I'll stream to each one of them at the same time. So Loyal's got no choice but to go to every single one of the channels and super chat on each one.
You can stream to all of them in one go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's genius for me. I love this idea. I gotta try and persuade YouTube.
There's me.
Good luck with that. Did you post it in the private chat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is his. Let me copy that there. This is Kit's channel.
Okay.
Placeholder, I guess.
Or placeholder.
Oh, is that Kit's PayPal account?
And
Loyal says, post your YouTube link, and Kit's like, okay, here's my PayPal account.
No.
Oh, Loyal, you owe me a return message as well.
That's what I wanted to see. It just didn't like the SD card.
On Twitter. Find me on Twitter and respond. Let me know. You owe me some dates.
Wow, does that nozzle look like crap? Okay.
Yes, you do. If you go back and check Twitter, our last Twitter conversation, I didn't want to bug you about it.
Let me land. I can get off of this.
There is a. Oh, now you remember. Okay, so let me know. Message me back, and Just give me some day. I know, like I'm Eastern time, so it's not me do it. Just let me know what works for you, and we can make arrangements.
Oh, the camera's going crazy because I got the camera to work. Yay! Now it's a webcam again. I can plug it into my Moses printer, and then it'll be on there.
Oh, that's our Prusa Mini.
So let's go ahead and unplug this.
Yeah, is that for your Mini? Oh,
there we go. Sorry,
we're jumping in and out. Okay.
I yelled at I unplugged it, and it didn't like that too much. But here we go.
So is that for your Mini?
What?
Is that for your Mini? Is that which Mini is that? Is that the normal, or is that the newly branded El Moses Mini, Prusa Mini?
That's the standard edition straight from Prusa that was purchased by Mr. Loyal Moses. But
I know that. I was on the stream when that happened. I was on your stream when that happened. But
yes.
They've actually created an El Moses brand.
Yeah, I think Loyal had more to do with that than Prusa did. I think Loyal may have just reprinted a part for his Mini. I
don't know. He buys so many because that's what he uses in his manufacturing anyway. Come on, Noel, spill the beans. Is that self-branding or is that Prusa branding?
Oh, yes. I must make sure that this is set up first. I may have to shut down the Pi, and then let's do a restart on the Pi. If that doesn't work, then I got to pull the SD card and go enable it first in the edit file or in the config file.
It shouldn't have enabled in the config file.
Huh? I can always get in there and fix that myself, but
you're being called out, Loyal, to saying you're making your own.
Okay. Landed.
I at some point here will acquire some Prusament. I will get some of the Galaxy Black PETG from Prusa, and I'm going to reprint the front of my Mini since it's the injection molded part. And I've got, thanks to Mr. Ryan Thorpe, a DB3D branded Mini.
Nice.
He already sent me the part. I just have to print it. I just need to get. I would feel wrong not printing the parts in Prusament, the whatever the heck it is, the Galaxy Black PETG. So,
Loyal says it's up to our own imaginations whether it was a brand or not.
I'll tell you that I know what happened. Loyal got too late of a start in the year. He was trying to go for Prusa. He was trying to go for the Prusa Customer of the Year, and he got too late of a start on it in the year. So this year is the year where he's going to try and get that. He's going to, between buying them for work and then the giveaways and stuff, I can just see it happening where come end of the year, December, Joseph's going to fly out to Moses Ranch. And he's going to have himself a good old time out there on the Moses Ranch. He's going to bring them an official, branded Prusa Mini. It's going to be like a big award ceremony. It's going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful thing.
And it's going to become a regular product that can be purchased off the. Oh
yeah, of course. Well, every time, you don't think every time Loyal gives one away from then on, it won't be the Moses edition? I mean, come on, it's going to be a Moses edition.
Yeah, actually, and I think Joe Prusa would go that route because he gets enough business from Loyal, and no matter what, or even stuff he uses for work and for his company, he gets enough business for Loyal to warrant a customized branding.
Exactly.
You get Joe Prusa to turn around and put up a
ComGrow or Sane Smart for reality.
Yeah, you put up a petition and we'll all go and sign it. I'll tell you, you'll have thousands of overnight.
I have a feeling says that Prusa will probably look at that. He might laugh a little bit because I guarantee you that at some point Loyal's name has gone across the desk at Prusa and they're like, what is with this guy? He's sending one here. He's sending one there. He bought like 30 for his own, product. What the hell is this guy doing? And at some point, Joseph's probably like, maybe we should look into this. This seems kind of suspicious. And then, you know what? For all we know, like Bruce has probably called Loyal to say, hey, your credit card's being used an awful lot for addresses that aren't the one we sent like 10 of these things to. Is this legitimate?
Loyal agrees. I think he's probably going to name his next child after me. Don't be surprised. This funny.
I am going to.
I think they have number one. I think on Loyal's phone number, and even on Joe Bruce's phone.
Yeah,
one is to their family. Number one hot dial number is to their family members, right? To like the wife or whatever. And hot number two is Joe Bruce's is Loyal's number, and Loyal's is Joe Bruce's number. Non-fam is probably in class. That's why he's not. He's been quiet. Because half the time when non-fam goes into these hangouts, he's in class. He's supposed to be studying.
Ooh.
Look at that.
What are you going to print now?
Right now, I'm not printing anything. I just wanted to get it on in here. So I'm currently going through, and I will be changing all of them. So I'm just going to go through and delete all the old. And I will go through. I got to order a couple of cables, or maybe tomorrow when I'm at work, I will fabricate a few more cables, because with the Wise cams, you have to have a USB-A to USB-A. So I will probably just fabricate a couple more USB-A to USB-A cables tomorrow while I'm at work.
Did you see what Loyal said? He said we're not best friends yet.
Yeah, like I said, Loyal's getting there with Prusa. And what kind of camera is that? It is just a Wise cam that is currently flashed with the webcam firmware that Wise put out. That's what I've got on there, and it's nice. It's connected to the Raspberry Pi that's connected to the Mini. And yes, I have a Raspberry Pi connected to the Mini. But
good luck with the results, non-fam. He's waiting on the results of his finals.
All right, well, you got 2 minutes, so that works out great because you want to end the stream, so we'll get his results. And yes, Wise cams. The Wise cams are
I use Pi cameras.
Mm-hmm.
The only place I don't use a Pi camera is my all-sky camera. Did you ever show you that? Let me show you that. 1 second. There's not much to see here because it's cloudy.
Yeah.
But I have a camera that's watching the night sky all night long. Oh, it's clearing up a little bit out there. Let me show you share screen. Here. So I have a camera watching the night sky. This is the moon.
Nice.
And you can actually overlay the constellations.
Oh, that's really slick. I like that.
Or you can go back and look at video time lapses. But this is snowing the other night, so you can see this is a time lapse taken throughout the whole night. Lots of clouds moving, as you see.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The standard lens on there?
Let's see if we can find a clear night. There's not many of them we get this time of year. That's more snow melted over the dome. Let's see if we can get a clear one. Let me go back a bit further.
Yeah.
There we go. So wait for it to get dark. You see the motions of the stars throughout the night?
Yeah.
It's a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
All done. And even the creating all of this stuff, all of the time lapses is all done with a Raspberry Pi. So it takes about 1,500 images each night.
Wow.
And then And then it also does these kilograms. A kilogram is like it takes 1 pixel down the center of the image, out of every image. So it's 1,500 images over the night. It takes 1 pixel strip down in the image, and shows you what the sky was like, so you can see where the cloudy was and where it was clear. And then it also does star trails. So we find a good star trail one. So you get star trails, and it's all from. Let me find a nice one. There's a nice star trail image there. It's all by a Raspberry Pi. So that's the path of the stars throughout the night.
Awesome.
There's a North Star. It's not moving, or barely moves.
Now, is the Pi in like a separate enclosure, and you have the camera out, or is it one little unit?
That's one exception. I have a good camera in that. The camera is a ZWO ASI Air 120 MC color. So it's an astrophotography camera, but it's a small. It's only a guide camera. Mm-hmm. But you could do it with a Pi camera. But it is a standard Raspberry Pi 4 gig, Raspberry Pi 4 gig version, and it's powered. It's got a PoE hat.
Okay.
So I have an Ethernet cable run out to it. Mm-hmm. It's out in my backyard, and so it's on day and night, and it's 24 hours a day tracking the night sky. It captures meteors and all this kind of stuff throughout the night.
Just like a little enclosure with the camera pointed up.
It's in
much better
an ABS box, an electrical box with a dome mounted on top and a camera.
Okay, yeah,
I
can picture that.
Non-fam got a 90.
Congratulations, man.
So there you go. Non-fam passed.
Yeah, I have lots of pies. Lots of them. Yeah, I do Rain-X, but I have to retreat it on a regular basis. And what is the course non-fam you're doing? Do you mind me asking? Well, everything makes a looping motion, so
yeah.
But it's, I'm a serious nerd, so I can't help it.
I will tell you guys this much: the 3-pack of hardened steel nozzles on Amazon for $8.99 is crap. Don't buy them. The nozzle is currently coated in PETG, and it's the carbon fiber stuff. And the problem is, I've already committed. I want to see what the quality looks like at this point. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get so coated that it starts messing up the print real bad. But when it's done, I'm taking the steel nozzle out. I'm putting a brass nozzle back in, and I'm going to burn through a brass nozzle to print the next part because I don't care. I have many brass nozzles that are 0.4 for the enders, so I'll burn through one of those. Just
you can probably buy 20 or 30 brass nozzles for the price of those hardened ones.
Yeah, and the thing is I can use one brass nozzle to print about 4 or 5 parts before they're shot, and then I got to throw another one on it. So
you might get a spool out of each brass nozzle.
Huh?
In the material, yeah. Oh, by the way, Loyal, yes, I'm a nerd. I'm also a science geek, so I'm probably a geek, not a nerd, a hybrid between the two. I'm into astronomy, science, and physics, and I'm an IT background. So, yeah, can't help it. For a good EQ, you need to put money into it, though. Oh, additive manufacturing technique.
Oh. Here's two things. If anybody wants to get me gifts, because next Monday, I'm going to spoil it here. Next Monday is my birthday. I'll be 42. So if anybody wants to buy me birthday gifts, the two options are this. You can buy me more of the atomic carbon fiber PETG. I don't care what color. You can buy me the black, the red, the blue. I don't care. I love the carbon fiber PETG from Atomic. Oh. And 2, see this lovely little right here, this little watermark that shows up right here?
You're killing me.
That disappears when you pay for it. It's like $150 or $250. So if either one, good birthday gift ideas for a guy who likes 3D printing and streaming with you guys. So, I'm going to throw that out there. Not that anybody's going to do anything, and that's fine because it's 42. It's not a major achievement. I haven't made it to, 50 and half a with a half a century
another
down.
9 months for me. So
I've been there. Llama is dirt, so
hey, when I hit 50, that's when I'll expect more.
If
But
you
until
guys
then,
gotta
it's only
beg for
42.
stuff from oil, I mean, at least
At-
beg
at
for proper stuff. Ask him for some stocks in some oil companies so you can make money.
Wait, hold on, no, I'm taking it easy on people, man. I figure like
battery company.
you know,
It's a joke. Me and Loyal were going over that on Twitter earlier. how the oil companies, because
I love how Loyal says that. I know that Loyal's not even 40 yet, so Loyal's a young guy.
thanks, Lloyd. Making us all
He's like a baby.
he was a puppy.
Well, the technology that Loyal's into, he'll be able to upload his mind to the internet.
Yeah, it's I passed the 5.0 last summer.
Early. I didn't think he was that old.
Oh, are you Loyal? I thought you were younger than me. I thought you were like 38, man.
Yeah, I thought he was in his mid upper 30s.
I thought you were like 38. So there you go. See, look, man, there you go. That's just proof. Living on a ranch and doing your own thing. He looks younger than me, so obviously working for somebody else and stressing out every day ages you quite a bit. So there you go. Proofs in the pudding. Get your own ranch and be your own boss.
Hey, I work for somebody else, right? I'm
This other person,
but it's like
I would honestly
look way older than me, and they're my age.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like Liam, I would honestly put you at like 45. Same thing with you, kid.
I like you so much.
I'd put you at like 45 too, man. I'm just saying, like you say you're going to be 50 or wait, how old are you going to be? You said about 50, right?
No, I said I'm going to be 42 in about 10 months.
42. Okay, see, look, I get you a little older than me, so
like a year.
No, I'm a little younger than you.
Well, I said 45. So I said I'd put you and Liam both at 45, but that's because your forehead is like mine, but I have my hair a little bit longer to help hide that. Yours, you just own it. You're like, yep.
So I'm sorry. I got the great bald spot up here. So
yep. I'll be nice. Look at there it is.
Yeah. See, I don't have a bald spot. I have my hair. I have my teeth. I'm happy.
Temples, gray the beard.
I'm gonna say, Liam, you're almost my age, aren't you?
How old are you?
Old.
Come on,
like dirt.
Question.
Oh, I'm gonna be 56 soon.
Oh, so you're the same age as Jerry then?
Yeah. Jerry's like a year older than I am.
I'm 50.
Oh. Yeah, it's not bad. Well,
Llama was in a Smucker's commercial over 100 years ago.
Yeah. you know what's funny? Someone was posting the old tins. I don't know if any of you guys are old enough, but everything used to come in tins. Your
I'm making 70.
Your Nestle's, your Band-Aids, your press. There wasn't like cardboard or plastic boxes. Everything was in pressed tins. Like the mints there. What's that mint that still comes in the tin?
Altoids.
Yeah, Altoids. Everything used to come in those tins. That was like the thing back in the 70s. And someone was posting, if you remember these. And I'm looking in my medicine cabinet. I still got Band-Aids tins. I still got Sucretins tins. I still got freaking chocolate tins. I still got a freaking premium saltines freaking tin that we still use. There's nothing wrong with it. I buy the box and I put them in the tin.
That's because back in those days, right? You had to go to packaging to get anything done.
Everything was packaged. That was packaging back in the day. Tins.
Yeah.
That and the old original pull tops for beer cans and soda cans. You guys probably don't remember those. The tear-off tops. You guys are you old enough to remember tear-off tops? You had them.
Yes.
Oh, that was fun.
Well, we have to make some fun of somebody, you know. It was Loyal's turn. Now it's time to turn it on Llama.
I think my thermistor's busted.
Just know you make fun of me, I pay back.
Oh,
I'm an evil bastard. Sometimes I wait months. Not often, but sometimes.
You know me well enough to I can take whatever, you know.
I was gonna say I never forget, but I forget everything.
Well, the Irish can come with a very thick skin.
Yeah, no, really didn't notice.
Yeah, it comes with the accent. I think it's a kit we buy when we're born. So we give it out very readily, but we take it just as easy. So
Okay. There.
Oh, that was fun.
I wish I invested in oil. I told you, Loyal, you want to start handing stuff out. Don't be handing out no more cruisers. Hand out $100 freaking, stocks and bonds.
That's funny.
You can actually make some money off of it.
So Llama invested in oil back when it was still dinosaurs. Nice.
You see what Loyal just said about you? That's funny.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good. I like that.
You know what's really funny is my grandmother invested in AT&T before.
It'd be a lot hotter than I thought it was.
Ma Bell.
That happens.
Hey, Dominic. Thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
50 years ago,
I'm not from this country. I'm not from. I wasn't born here, but I like the loyalty that people have to the country. Not every country has that, and it shows that people have respect and they believe in the goals of it. I know there's political craziness, and we're not going to get into that, but those who have served, people respect them, and that goes a long way. And I really admire that.
Agreed.
Right, no printing with that one for a while.
Huge military family here. Lots of my sister, my brother-in-laws, my sister-in-law. They all either are or were military. So of course I support the military.
Yeah, my father was in the engineers in the army. I'm ex-Navy, Irish Navy. So, but
most of my family went in. I tried. I couldn't pass the metal detector test.
I couldn't pass the bum back
literally
test.
didn't pass the metal detector test.
Yeah.
Because when I went to join, I had a rod in my leg already, and I did all the paperwork and did everything, and went down to take, you do your little analysis test on where they're going to put you and all that. I took the bus down to New Haven to take the test, and I walked in the building. Before I got in the door, the freaking metal detector went off, and the guy looked at me and go, "Where you got metal in your body?" I said, "My leg." He said, "Turn around, go home. Here's your bus ticket. You ain't getting in."
Yeah.
And I was trying to get in the Navy because they wanted me as a nuclear engineer, believe it or not. When I took all the paperwork in college, in high school, I passed for a nuclear engineer training. They're like, "Yeah, no, you're not getting on any submarine anywhere near a nuclear power plant full of metal. That ain't happening." I was like, "Yeah, no, that's probably not a bright idea."
Actually, oil is a mixture of both. So it's not just one or the other. It's a breakdown. It's a mixture of multiple things.
Yeah. It is based on organic material, though.
Yeah, it is. It's generally organic. It was not. So it is a mixture, but it's an interesting.
It's more plant-based than it is.
It is more plant-based. It is, but it is a mix, a cross mix.
It's a rather caustic mix, actually.
Yeah.
There's a reason I have a feeling the Earth decided to bury it. Why we're digging it up again, I don't know. Oh yeah, I do. It drives my car.
Well, that's going away over time. That will go away. We'll get more and more towards electrics or other power. They have.
I'm all for alternate powers and save the Earth. Believe me, I'm all for it. But batteries really aren't all that energy saving.
You might be right, Moses. Loyal, you might be right. It might be space traveling dinosaurs.
There was some interaction by some intelligent being, because if you look at history,
well, there's none of them on this channel.
No, but think about it. All the steps in evolution through history, ape to man, and then man to where we are now.
Back to ape.
Exceedingly small time frame in the structure of the world, and in the timeline of Earth. So it would not surprise me if some alien came down here and said, "Hey, let's experiment on these apes and see if we can make them smarter." And poof, here we are.
And if they,
a couple thousand years later, poof.
Yeah, if
you look at the timeline of evolution throughout the Earth, our evolution from the basic everyday ape to man, just that jump, is like exceedingly short compared to everything else. And then our timeline is just ridiculously short, but that's because we're supposedly smart.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't. I mean, if someone came down tomorrow and some alien landed here and said, "Oh, check it out, we made you guys 10,000 years ago. You guys evolved, cool." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense." It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well,
still hot.
I mean, it would.
The science says different. The science doesn't agree with you, but there's no definite proof.
It's a very short timeline between.
It's not that short.
In the structure of Earth, it is.
Yeah, but what
you're talking millions of years for some evolution, and all of a sudden, in less than 10,000 years, we go from boof to boof.
Well, that's what happens in evolution. There's something dramatically changed. Bounds. So
you just get a major leap, but that was kind of a major. That was a quick major leap.
It's
Space dinosaurs. I like that. Space dinosaurs. All right, we have a new movie freaking idea. Space dinosaurs.
I think there's probably a movie out about that already.
Yeah, but you got to remember, there's 12 Sharknado movies, so we can get at least 20, 25 space dinosaur movies.
Yeah,
I mean, based on the logic,
and you have to get progressively worse for each version.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. By the end, I would say by the end they're just taking models of dinosaurs and just throwing them across the black screen. It'll be just that great. It's like you see the guy's hand whip past as the dinosaur leaves his hand and flies across the black screen. And it'll be a black screen with a bunch of holes poked in it, and you can see the light shining through the back that's supposed to be the stars, and you can see people walking back and forth in between the light and the screen, so the stars turn off and on.
Like the Buckaroo Banzai movie?
Actually, not a movie.
Or what the hell was that stupid show? I can't think of the guy's name now. Flash Gordon. The old 60s Flash Gordon, where you could see the rocket and you could see the strings. And the jet engine, the flames coming out of it, it's just like a flame, from a butane torch coming out. And it literally arcs up out of the rocket. It's like and it's on a string and they're bouncing it. It's a rocket being bounced like a horse's. Oh, those are great.
Yeah, I like those old stuff. Who remember Thunderbirds?
Oh God, I love Thunderbirds growing up.
The guys walk around.
There we go. The mini's getting ready to fire up.
Thunderbird
coming.
Well, I hope I didn't ruin the hot end.
So what are you printing now?
I was printing it. I was having a printer failure.
Oh, your thermistor died, you said.
I think so. It was showing temperature, but so the runaway didn't kick in. But I was like, why am I smelling melted plastic? And I'm looking at it, and it's like, that ain't right. That's looks like a little hotter than it should be.
Did you have an IR sensor for them to measure temp?
No, I don't have one with me.
Oh,
you should get one. They're like $10 for a cheapo.
You get one in Harbor Freight. They're cheap and they work fine.
Yeah. It melted the plastic in the holder here, so I got plenty hot.
I would check your firmware about thermal runaway.
Well, it was on, but
on.
the temperature showed 130 degrees for the thermistor. In fact, the problem is I didn't even have it turned on, so I didn't have it heating. So it was something must have shorted.
Maybe. Oh well.
How does the thermistor?
DIY tomorrow.
Or it lowers resistance. It lowers the resistance as the temperature goes up, right?
Yeah, but they shouldn't have been sending heat or power to the hot end at all. It wasn't. It was just the system was just turned on. It wasn't supposed to be.
He hadn't said it's
active.
It's like this little stupid bastard that just was never shutting off.
And it was working fine before I changed out the hot end. So
you broke a wire somewhere, maybe.
Most likely, yes.
Sorted it out and told it was working when it ain't.
I'm going to have to get someone to print me a new carriage now.
You know, I have to admit, right?
It mostly works fine.
I think it does work with Harbor Freight. They have a lot of people blast their name out there, but if you want quick, cheap, and functional, they have them. If I want
to use Harbor Freight for
10 years, I wouldn't buy it there. But if I want something for a 1 or 2 short jobs, they have stuff. Cheap.
It's disposables. If you got to do something like working on your car and you're never going to do it again in your lifetime, get the Harbor Freight tool. Why spend the money on a good tool you're going to use?
Well, if you get a Harbor Freight tool, you still get lifetime warranty. So buy a Harbor Freight tool, you break it, go make them pull a new one off the shelf.
You know what I got to say?
You got to get the Pittsburgh stuff. You can't just buy the anything.
Yeah.
It got to be Pittsburgh, which is not made in Pittsburgh, mind you.
No.
Unless there's a Pittsburgh somewhere in China.
Yeah, it's made in Pittsburgh, China.
I get my work gloves from Harbor Freight, and you get a big bag of them for like $4, and they're actually pretty good.
And I buy the they have the rubber gloves.
Yeah.
I buy them there because I use a lot of them for my science presentations.
Yeah.
On my Rubens tube, I use one as my audio for the diaphragm for the sound for the gas, and it works fantastic. And they're cheap and they're easily available there. So I buy the neoprene. They're you can buy a box from there pretty cheap.
Come on, Moses. We all know you love Harbor Freight.
China, that's right.
Favorite store in the whole world.
Have you never been there?
It's Prusia. You love Harbor Freight. We know it.
Yeah. You see, Jerry says some of their tools and things are good. Depends on the brand.
I've got a couple of things. I don't go there for quality stuff, but
oh shit! I think I know what I did. That's all.
We got a set of Harbor Freight like drills and impacts there one time because the guys were on a job and they forgot all their freaking tools because they're morons. But it's like an hour away, so he was like, all right, we could spend hours sitting here doing nothing while one person goes back and gets all the tools, or we could just go to Harbor Freight that was a mile down the road and pick up a couple of sets of cheapo drills. And drills worked fine for a while. I mean, they weren't the highest quality, but
Milwaukee.
Oh, you're a Milwaukee snob. Okay,
I'm a Makita snob. I'll take Milwaukee without a problem.
I know what happened now.
I'm a whatever I got snob. Like when it comes to battery powered stuff, really would like to start buying a lot of the same things, but I don't have a lot, so I don't worry.
Well, for someone like you, dude, where you're just ditzing around your house, you can get like the Milwaukee or the Makita 12 volt. That's all you need.
Yes.
People that go out and do homeowner projects with the 18s and the 24s are just wasting money.
Well, I bought a Rockwell set a while back, driver and drill. Come to find out, it's the same thing as that infomercial Works brand.
Yeah.
The WRX. It's the same thing. It's only the Rockwell stuff is in green and black, and the Works stuff is in black and orange, and the batteries are interchangeable and everything. So it's like great. So I bought the infomercial special. Nice.
Yeah. And paid extra to get the Rockwell name on them too.
Which is funny because Rockwell is one of those ones where you don't really find it anymore because Works is kind of taken over and Rockwell's still out there in little places, but there's not a lot of accessories that go along with the 2 batteries I have right now, or at least nothing I can find locally. So
yeah.
So I have a drill, a charger, and 2 batteries. And a pretty bag. It came in a pretty cloth bag that says Rockwell on it.
Well, yeah. I know what I did now.
Best thing of the whole set. Actually, no.
I plugged the wrong plugs in the wrong sockets.
Wrong plugs in the wrong sockets. So
I plugged the plug set for the fans into the socket for the thermistor and the heater.
That's why I always make sure
it's an I/O problem.
That was on me.
Yeah, it's an I/O problem. You know what that is?
Idiot operator.
Yeah, and
Loyal will know what it is. Yeah, it's an idiot operator.
Idiot operator.
It's a T issue.
Probably just drives me.
Yeah, if you write that down, 1D10T, if you write on a piece of paper, it spells idiot. It's a problem. We all make it.
The other plugs I have reversed, so I can't do that, but I didn't do it on that
form.
one.
Yeah.
I should use reverse plugs.
In the chair.
Yeah, don't forget to fill out your ID10T forms before you leave the stream tonight.
Yeah.
The thing to do, you guys, especially Dan, if he's looking for decenter tools, always go to like
we're on Discord to rip me a new carriage.
They always have the last year's leftover corner or the box got damaged corner. I got my Milwaukee 12 volts for like $100 with the Sawzall and everything. It was like $110, I think, because it was an open box. I'm like, does it all work? Yes. Does it still have a warranty? Yes. Freaking thing's awesome.
If I really wanted to be a snob to something, it would be DeWalt, because every time I get on the Facebook Marketplace, there's like 50 or 60 guys all selling DeWalt kits. Like they're like just need some cash to pay a bill, $200 for a drill and a driver, or you can get like the whole kit. The guy's got like a $800 DeWalt kit he's selling for like $200, and it's like, you ain't hard up for the bill money. I know what happened. Somebody's construction truck was sitting there, and you walked by and went snap on your way, and
DeWalt is
now you're selling it.
Hey, Loyal Moses, what do you think of DeWalt? You think the same thing I do? They're crap.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, it's nighttime stories with Jerry.
Overpriced Black & Decker.
I'm melting 3D printers over here.
It is Black & Decker. DeWalt is owned by Black & Decker.
It is melting his been. Yeah, we're still going strong, Dan. I said I was going to stop a half an hour ago, and it never happened.
Yeah, I was going to stream either tonight or tomorrow, so I'll probably stream tomorrow early afternoon.
Okay.
I'll be at work, so I'll be watching from the office.
I might join you for a while, but I have an interview tomorrow evening at 8:00 my time.
8:00 your time. It's 6:30 here. What time will that be?
Well, you're what? You're Eastern?
Yeah, no,
you're
West
Pacific. So it's 5:00 your time.
Okay. So if I go on at like 1:00, I'll be done before then. I'll stream, but usually about 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, no, because I have the 3D Chameleon chat tomorrow.
Yeah, I got a ring light right now. I'm running instead of my other box light, and I've got my camera mounted behind the ring light, so I'm experimenting with some different setup. And I took my TV down. I put it on my desk, 32-inch. I ordered a DVI to VGA adapter tomorrow from Amazon so I can hook it up, and then I'll have 3 monitors. I'll have my TV. I can watch my cameras or watch TV and use it for a monitor too. So just tinkering around. Yeah, I bought a lot of good stuff on Harbor Freight. They sell a lot of crap, but they sell a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of name brands. Here 4 or 5 years ago, they took on somebody, I think it was from DeWalt or Makita, working for them, and they changed a lot of their lines. So they're not sorry like they used to be. They're, a lot of their stuff is good. And their gloves used to be $5.99 for quite a few. And since all this crap's going on, they went to $14.99, and you get a lot less in it.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, really. They went way up, and you get a lot less. And I had to buy these dark blue ones, which I hate. They're real tight on my hands. So anyway.
Here's the thing with tools. Like, probably 6-7 years ago when I was working for my boss next door, we had 7 crews, and we bought 6 separate tool sets. We bought a DeWalt set, a Milwaukee set, a Makita set, an Hitachi set, the Lowe's, whatever it is, Cobalt set, and then like a cheapo, like Ryobi set. And we hand them out to the guys, and we said, keep them in the sets. Everybody switches them out at the end of the month. Tell us what you want, and give it real good rundown. Everybody ended up with wanting the Makita, and everyone said the same thing. The Milwaukees are definitely the best, but they're big, they're heavy, and they're obnoxious to use on a ladder, or if you're doing anything up in the air, or you're doing it long term on a wall. The Milwaukees were just heavy. The Makitas kept up the power equal to them. The DeWalts had plenty of power when they were new, but by the end of the month of heavy use, they were all burnt out and busted. And believe it or not, the next one down was Hitachi. Everyone loved the Hitachis. They were super light. They didn't quite have the power of the Makita or the Milwaukee, but they were wicked light, and they had plenty of power. Anybody that worked on a ladder wanted the Hitachis. The Ryobis ended up in the garbage. Porta cable. We got to set a porta cable too. The porta cables ended up in the garbage. What was the other set?
My dad was.
Everyone ended up with Makita. Everyone wanted Makita at the end.
My dad was a carpenter.
Yeah.
He always used Black & Decker tools.
Yeah, back in
And
the
they
day.
never, ever, ever, ever failed him.
Yeah, back 100 years ago. Yeah.
No, it wasn't that far back, but he always, like, as a chippy, Black & Decker was everything about the works that was Black & Decker, and he never failed.
Yes, skill is top of the line. Black & Decker is Walmart, but typically, but
it wasn't that
now.
Yeah.
Back
I got a problem. I've got a 3D printer
Oh,
problem, and
Walmart's
since
not hard.
we're kind of a 3D printer channel, I need help.
Don't take advice from me.
I've asked many people about this, and I even tried to ask Chris Warcocky today, but he was too busy to let me ask him a question. But I can't solve this. Nobody can seem to solve it. I've got an SKR 1.3 with and a TFT touchscreen, the dual mode touchscreen.
Yeah.
The touchscreen works perfectly fine. It says printers attached. Everything works fine. But the minute I go to Marlin and I enable a filament runout sensor, it kills the touchscreen. And now the touchscreen says no printer attached. I've looked
they're
all
using the same pin. They're probably using one of the same pins somewhere. Go check your pins file and make sure they're not both using the same pin.
They are.
Go into your config, go into your pin. Well, actually, Jerry ain't gonna work for you because you usually have other people build your firmwares for you, right? I mean, you don't do too much with building firmware.
From 1 to 10 on firmware, I'm about a 6 on knowledge. I mean, I've been doing a lot of my own stuff.
All right. Well, if that be the case, next time you're in there, go into the pins file. Which don't ask me off the top of my head how to dig into where the pins file is. You can do a Google search on where to find the pins file in Marlin.
Yeah.
Go in, look in your pins file, and see if the TFT display and if the runout sensor are using the same pin. Find out what pin one or the other one is using, and then do a find and see how many times that pin shows up on both. If that's the case, change your pin for one of them. Most likely the filament runout sensor. Change it to a different pin. But if you're using the same pin, the thing you'd run into is they'd have to connect to the same thing. So that wouldn't be it. So never mind. It took me a minute to talk to realize.
I talked to Brian Baker about it. I talked to a few other people that are wizards with Marlin, and nobody can seem to figure out the problem. But I've been working on my friend's S5 for 3 weeks. I need to get it back to him. That's the only. It prints fine, but that's the only thing that don't work. Is I got the filament runout sensor, so it's been sitting here for 2 days, and I can't solve the problem. And I work on this all day long trying to solve it, reading, and it's still sitting here, and I can't solve it.
Check and see if there's something about hooking the filament runout sensor to the actual display versus connecting it to the board. I know some of those displays, certain things say that they work better if you connect it to this instead of that. So on the back of that display, look and see if it has a set of pins for a runout sensor on the back of the board. If that be the case, then update the firmware on the board, tell it to use the runout sensor off the board, and then you just got to plug it into the board, which is silly, but if that's what you got to do, you know what I mean?
I'll try that. Yeah, I asked Chris Riley about it. He gave me an opinion, but he hasn't really looked. I sent him zipped up the file and sent it to him, but he hasn't looked at it. But it's just kind of driving me nuts.
Morning too. I could not figure out why that freaking driver was going bad.
And Moses said, Jerry has Super Chat and you don't yet. Well, hey, PayPal is better than Super Chat. It's instantaneous. And if you got something you want to buy, you can do it instantaneously. Where Super Chat is nice. It's on the screen, but then it takes time to get the money. And then PayPal takes their 30%.
On the screen.
That's the point, though, is some people like having the Super Chat game going. Like, I'm going to donate on Super Chat and get somebody else to go and see if we can play who can one up who. And Loyal likes to be the one who. Loyal likes to be the guy to one up. So like if somebody puts in $5, he'll put in $6 or 501. You know what I mean? Like Loyal likes that game. That's a game he likes to play, and most of us aren't going to argue.
my last couple streams, and Loyal popped in and gave me a donation. Other people did, but when Loyal doesn't show up to my streams, usually no one does. So he usually gets it going, and that's awesome.
That's not true. I show up when I can. I give you money if I.
Well, yes, you have in the past. You've given me lots of $5 here and there, and a couple tens.
Well, when I got $5, I give you $5, but I don't always have $5 because sometimes I had a bill to pay.
Well, Loyal told me to check my PayPal. I haven't checked it yet. He told me earlier on to do it, but that's my very first ever.
PayPal is boring. Yeah,
it's my first. That's the very first one ever.
That's it. I'm emailing YouTube tonight, and I'm going to tell them that I demand that they give me Super Chats because Loyal says so. And if they want to argue, I'll tell them to contact Loyal.
here's the thing I don't get. They make what 30% off.
So everybody should be turned on for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you hit like 100 and you lock it in, they should be like, "Here's your super chat, man. Make us money."
They used to do that.
Yeah.
No, they used to do that, but then they found out that there's they extended it. Yeah, Roy, first ever. And thank you so much. It's really appreciated. But they used to do it for 100, and then they found out that so many people were using it that they wanted those who had huge followers to make the money. And then they did about 2.5 years ago or so, or was it 3 years ago, they changed it to 1,000 subscribers.
That's it. I'm not even kidding, man. Like, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to screenshot the email, and I'm going to like put it up on Twitter, and I'm going to put on there too that Loyal Moses says I should have super chats on my stream. Make this happen. If you have an issue, take it up with Loyal. You know how to reach him. If not, contact Prusa. They know how to get a hold of him.
They have his address and his credit card number.
Let me know how it works out for you.
I'm sure they'll probably tell me that I got to get like 2,000 subs at that point. They'll be like, "No, you have to have 2,000
long walk off a short pier."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start contacting a bunch of companies about giveaways because when I get 400 more people, I'm going to have a bunch of giveaways. When I get to 2,500, I'm at like 2,030 right now.
You would hit 500.
There you go. Get on it. There's nothing wrong with starting now. Say, well, look, when I hit this milestone, I'd like to. That gives them plenty of time to sit there and respond, because I had one company that I hit up and I asked about it, and they turned around and waited until a month and a half after the giveaway to get a hold of me and say, "Oh, we'd love to we'd love to sponsor a giveaway, but from the looks of it, it looks like we missed it. But if you want to do something in the future, let us know." And I was like, "Suckers, thank you."
Oh, by the way, Dan, remember that big giveaway you did? And
yeah.
Decals?
Huh?
Yeah, I never heard a word about those.
About what?
The decals, remember?
Oh, that's Tim. That's Do It Tim.
Oh, I know Tim. I'll give him a hard time over.
Yeah, when you see Do It Tim, you give him shit. That's on him, man. That was his deal. And you see him all the time. He's in chats.
Yeah, I don't care. He'll say it was funny. But yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, wasn't he just on here tonight?
Yeah, he's on here all the time.
Well, next time he comes on, say, by the way, where's my decals?
I won't do that to anybody. It's not I won't do that. I'll just make it fun.
I figured when I get to 2,400, I'll do a video on it, and that should be close enough that I can start planning it and say, okay, in a month, I should have another 100 people. So
that's it, Liam. Just for that, I'm calling him out now. I'm be like, what the hell you doing? Guys who won my giveaway aren't getting their prizes. What the hell? Get on this.
Don't do that to him. Tim's a nice guy.
No, I know.
I'll probably do one. I might do one around. I might aim for one for 500. Because I'm closing 300 now, so I might do one for 500.
Go get on talking to people if you're going to do it, man. Make sure you start getting out there now with your name and say, hey.
I don't even know her.
Last year, I used to give away filament on my weekly streams when I had a special guest on through Ziltech or Arion. I'd do a couple rolls a week, but I haven't done that since. So I might start doing that, start jumping back into occasionally giving away a roll here and there on weekly streams.
Yeah, you know what? Loyal, you should do a giveaway. What do you want to give away? 450, an F450 King Ranch. I'm down. I need a new truck, considering,
Yeah, all my funds right now are going towards my Prusa Mini. Loyal donated to me, and a bunch of other people have donated, and I think I've got around $120 right now towards the Prusa Mini.
You have a lazy-eyed dog? Okay, I'll take him. You don't have to do a giveaway. Just send him on.
He's got
him and my
lazy eye. He's missing a leg. He's got only one ear, and he's blind in his left eye. And they call him Lucky.
Yeah, they call him.
Yeah, that's. I'm just saying, like my blue healer. I'm sure he'll love him. I'm sure they'll get along great.
Lazy-eyed dog.
Lame horse. Hey, the lame horse. My daughter would love you for a lame horse. She doesn't care what kind of horse it is. As long as it's a horse, she'd be happy.
I agree.
Problem is, I got no property to put a horse on.
Or no way to care for it, or no funds to care for it. Horses are expensive.
They are.
You know what you call a lame horse? Dinner.
Especially in France because they eat horse there. They serve horse there in restaurants.
Oh, for the love of hell!
Yeah, I went live on Facebook a couple days ago for like an hour because I wanted to play my Amazon music in the background. I was playing Metallica and whatever, and I knew I wouldn't get booted off or get flagged for it, so I was working on this S5.
Yeah, I know. I was watching. I was like, "What the hell? I don't see you over on YouTube."
Yeah, I thought I'd do something different.
Yeah, I do. I'm starting to do the Hangouts on Facebook and YouTube as I have in the past.
Yeah,
and moving more and more to do my Thursday streams on only YouTube only. So there's good in dividing between two different media. Like I have a streaming system that I can not the StreamYard, but I have another one that I can actually output up to 20 different sources, right, or 20 destinations. But the problem with it is, if you spread yourself across so many, you don't build. It's harder to build following. So I'm going to start doing more and more towards towards YouTube only.
Yeah, I'm trying to build YouTube also, and if I'm on Facebook, people don't have to go over and get on YouTube, then it doesn't benefit my channel any.
No, exactly. You can't get YouTube views if you're on another platform. That's why everybody's like, "Why don't you stream to Twitch anymore?" Because I was streaming to Twitch for a little bit there too, but it's because if I stream to both platforms, then it kind of defeats the purpose.
Take care, old curmudgeon.
I just wish Twitch would be better set up because it's actually a better platform.
Better curmudgeon.
But it's so obnoxiously goofy.
There's more trolls on Twitch than YouTube, I've noticed.
I don't use it. I have more followings on Facebook than I have on YouTube.
Coins and their weird crap in there. Supposedly, you can actually make more money on Twitch if you were into it for making money. It's easier, but nobody goes over there because nobody would watch it. I used to stream to both Twitch and YouTube, and nobody will go to Twitch because they hate the interface. YouTube's easy. You put it up, chat's there, videos there.
YouTube and StreamYard.
Yep.
Or YouTube and what's it called? OBS.
Oh, yeah.
So what time should I stream tomorrow? 1 o'clock Pacific, or is that too early for?
I could probably drop in for some of it if you do it that hour of the afternoon. I won't be at 3:30 or so if you're doing it. Because at 3 o'clock I'll probably be bringing my son home from school.
So one good Joel stream and Loyal's tapped out for the week. Just saying. I've seen Loyal go pretty crazy on a Joel stream with his super chats. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that in a, especially if Joel does the thing where he crosses over that midnight thing, I wonder if it resets. Loyal, have you found that out?
So Loyal, how late do you stay up at night? Are you up like 1 o'clock in the morning, or do you have to get up in the morning and get certain things done on the ranch where you have to be in bed by a certain time?
I was say there was a time where he was commenting on something, and again with the 2-hour time difference, it was 3:21. I remember that his post was 3:21. Then he was like Z's, and I said that's funny because I'm just sitting down at my desk or something because I was just getting to work when he was going to bed because of the 2-hour time difference. So,
what time zone are you in, Dan?
I usually get to work between 5 and 6.
No, what time zone are you in?
Oh, what time zone? Central.
Okay.
It's 8:45.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes to 10 here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm in lovely Illinois with.
Oh, you're not that far from me, then.
Yeah, I'm just hop, skipping, and jump across the border and up a time zone.
Across the pond, yeah.
Yeah, you're on the opposite side of the lake.
Yep.
A little farther north and on the other side of the lake.
I spend my life in IT as well. I know your background is security, Loyal. My background is IT infrastructure design. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, my son went back to work about a week ago for the Venetian doing IT, and he's up till like, I don't know, midnight. He says he only needs 5 hours sleep.
Yeah, you don't need more than 5 hours.
He's 32, I think. Well, that's what he says he needs, but
yeah.
You know, and I nod off all day long, and I gotta go grab a monster.
But I never get it. That's about when I get it. I usually go to sleep about midnight, even if I go to bed early. I go to sleep.
Well, we're both nerds, though, because your background is IT security, I believe. So we're both nerds.
Nothing wrong with being a nerd. Nerds get paid.
I'd rather be a nerd. Yeah, I'm a proud to be a nerd. And like I always tell my son, if someone ever, because my son's into science and stuff as well, like I am, and I said, if anyone ever calls you weird, just say thank you. Yeah, it is fun to call others nerds, especially when you're a nerd as well. Yeah,
nerds created the world.
Well, especially the world we have today, because everything's computer driven today. So everything's driven by IT. I'm sure half the farm is driven by IT, or half of Loyal's ranch. Sorry, is. I'm used to calling them farms because of where I grew up. We don't have ranches where I grew up.
Ranch, farm, same thing.
I know, but
ranch,
we don't have ranches in Ireland.
Yeah, the ranches and farms.
Farms that grow plants and ranches grow animals.
The ranch has livestock and a farm has plants. That's what I think the difference is.
Yep.
The farm has crops and a ranch has animals.
See, in Ireland, it's all farms, whether we have animals or not. It's a cow farm or it's a wheat farm or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Ranch is a farm. It's just.
I know it is. I'm just saying we just don't use that term at all. It's just not normal. I never farmed with them. I'm just ranch. Well, the closest I get to ranch, it comes in a little bottle that I add into my salad.
I was just going to say, sometimes I kind of like, French or Italian instead of just ranch.
Moses, do you have a garden on your property that your wife or kids take care of? I'm assuming you got a lot of land. You probably have some sort of a garden.
He says he's a big gardener. Yeah.
Oh, you do farm. See, you farm the garden. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now, so later, guys.
I'm going to do the same because it's late for me and I'm up early, and I've been saying that for the last hour and a half, and I'm still not getting to bed. Well,
take care, Tom. Take care, everybody. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow sometime. I'm not sure when. Maybe I'll schedule it tonight and go on like 1 o'clock, maybe.
Nice.
Pacific.
So. Yeah, well, I'll join you for once I get home after bringing my son, because I don't think I have meetings late in the afternoon, so I can chime in your stream while I work.
Hey, Loyal, if I send you an invite, are you going to drop in my stream maybe for a few minutes and say, hey, hi, everybody? On camera. I know you might pop up in the stream, but might you be on cameras? The man next to you up top, what's your name?
That's Kit. You. Oh, Kit.
Kit.
Me, Kit.
Oh, okay. Kit that's always in chat that's leaving me comments.
Yeah, the one with the scroll icon.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Oh, I just melted my carriage, my printer, because I plugged in the hot end thermistor to the wrong plug, and
I was talking to you on Tim's stream today about my
Liam,
problem.
Go check your PayPal.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about the same thing Dan thought of the pin issue. So
yeah,
I couldn't find any documentation, so I'm not sure if I read it somewhere or just maybe it was some other board I was thinking of.
Oh damn!
Hearing other people say it as well too. So, but yeah, I actually plugged the
fail, and it's actually moving the bed over, so I gotta stop that print. Oh damn!
Hot end into the plug.
Oh, you're
making
it enough cohesion.
Okay.
Yeah, main fail. It failed. The print lifted up. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but right here, the print let go and lifted up. Ah, damn it. I got to move the bed up.
Audience seems okay.
Well, I won't stream next right now because it's getting late and I got to have at least a half hour to set up the stream. So I got to go in and copy all my stuff over for description and all that stuff.
Oh, I should replace the thermistor in the hot end though.
Oh, you got bad adhesion.
Yeah, and I know what it was. It wasn't that there was bad adhesion. A little chunk of filament had stuck to the print while it was going, and when the probe went around, the probe hit it and started flicking the corner up. So, and I was hoping that it would get past it, but it did not. So it was user error. It was not mini fail. However, I gotta say I love my mini.
Oh, Prusa's never fail. It's obviously Dan's fault. That's what Loyal says.
That's hey, I just said that was user error.
The ozone layer is Dan's fault, right? We all know that.
The old mid or the old yeah.
All right,
Boyle, how many printers do you own or do you have?
Loyal's got like 85 or 90 Prusas, a couple of Rays 3Ds, like 15 or 20 of those.
Are they for business?
He doesn't have that many. I'm just kidding, but he's got a lot.
Maybe I can get Justin to print me a pair.
Again, he's got enough Prusas that Joseph knows who he is by name and is planning on spending Christmas with him next year.
He's naming his next child after him.
Yeah.
His next printer will be the Moses version.
Yeah.
You missed that whole conversation. We had a big long conversation about that with Loyal.
Yeah.
Right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up because I have to get up for work and I have up early in the morning. So, thank you all for joining.
You got to hurry up and come back to that chair, right?
This is where I work all day long. Yeah, so I'll be getting up in the morning, taking my son to swim practice, coming back here, sitting here until the end of the day, and then I have an interview here at the end of the day, and I'll be on Jerry's Hangout at the end on this very chair. This chair is molded just to me. I'm here so many hours a day.
Yeah, I'll set up a stream tonight or in the morning, and I'll go live probably, 12, 1 o'clock my time.
Okay. So, well, I'll see you coming up anyway because I'll get you.
There you go. He's got 13, 4 that aren't assembled yet, and he's got 20 that he's given away.
Wow.
You're the man.
That's crazy. You need my address?
Hey, I think
I'm saving up for it. I'll get one ordered soon.
Loyal, where was I in the list of printers that you gave away? Was I in the top of the list or am I at the bottom of the list? Am I in the top 5 or am I in the bottom, the bottom 10?
He bought you the one you have now, I believe, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing your giveaway.
Yeah, well, that was because, again, my marketing for the giveaway was how I was jealous of one of my subscribers because they were going to win a printer that I didn't have. Well, Loyal apparently got tired of hearing me say that, so he just bought one.
Yeah.
So, I was number 1, huh? I was the first one you bought? Yes.
All right, guys. I'm going to shut it down.
Have a good night.
Take care, everybody. Take care, everybody in chat.
And I will see you again. Maybe I'll see you on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if not, I'll have a hangout. I'll be here next Wednesday again. And maybe I'll pop on again over the weekend to do an impromptu hangout as well, okay?
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. I'll take care, and I'll see you all. Thumbs up. Give me a screenshot. That's better. Thank you. Perfect, Jerry. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
See you.
Bye.